Ladies and gentlemen, lock in because the battlefield is about to ignite. Welcome to the Garena Masters 10, Weaving the Legacy. We are now at the second half of our group stage, and joining you for this show, it's me, Callie, down here with Warden. Man, how are we feeling today?
I'm pretty excited, man. I mean, the schedule is pretty nice, I gotta say. I feel like this might just be the heavy schedule we'll have here for this group stage. We start things off at ALULA Club against Team Star Magic, and now in the mid stage as well, we got the MG.YGN Oblivion up against SKAERI, and right after that, we're gonna have a bit of a toss-up here. I feel like this is the Dark Horse versus the Goliath story here. We got Elevate and ELUNARI esports.
And the pressure is real. The stakes are higher than ever. You're fighting for the Garena Summer Invitational spot. Getting the top 3 in your group is essential, but also having the opportunity to play in the playoffs this coming week that we'll be having ahead is gonna be the best thing for you, man. We have hosted tons of Garena Masters tournament, but nothing will beat this season, knowing that it has been injected with a lot of money in the bag here.
Yeah, I mean, if you just take a look at it, we have 3 new names into the competition and 3 old staples, and we got the fillers there between SKAERI and MG Oblivion alongside well, now actually TSM. They have been considered on the top 3 or so. So hey, we've seen a lot of brand new wonders into this competition, and man, I've been loving the way that these teams has been able to adapt as well in regards to the new map set. We've seen a lot of repetitions on those Slums, a lot of those new repetitions as well in on those respective Hardpoint games as well. And well, I can't wait to see more what we can unfold. I mean, after all, we've gone through the first 2 days of the group stage. We're now talking about the last half before we initially move to the playoffs.
And we're ramping up the second half. This is where we dictate who's going to be the 4 teams that we will be sending out to the playoffs, where they got a chance to earn the 20,000 USD as the champion of this tournament. And not only that, the glory to become the Garena Masters champion. For the past 5 seasons, there's only been claimed by 2 teams, one of which is Elevate, and the other being ALULA Esports, now known as before as Stalwart Esports. So, is there even anybody that can contest them is the very main question. Well, our first game for today will actually give you an idea how that would look, Warden, as we have ALULA going up against Team Star Magic. A highly anticipated game that we've already watched turned out pretty bad for Team Star Magic during the qualifiers, but here they are once again. It's a new day, it's a new light for these 2 squads, and maybe even today we might see an even better performance coming out of AG in the Team Star Magic squad.
I mean, if you take a look at the breakdown and how we went down on the qualifiers between TSM and ALULA, I mean, yes, it was a terrible loss of a 2-0 overall for the series itself, but you gotta keep in mind as well, I mean, they were only trailing by what, 70 points? I mean, it ended off in a 160 to 250 scoreline. If ever they switch up the maps, probably, I mean, if ever they do put themselves back onto a map like Ashenda, then they just gotta work on the P2. I mean, overall for the set of TSM, they got the individual prowess, they got the gunfights, they got everything that they need. All they gotta do is just really have the better execution in the long run here up against ALULA. On Search and Destroy, it's a bit of a far-fetched thing. I mean, we all know, and we have been talking about AG for the longest time here, man, but it can't just be AG. It has to be someone alongside with him to be on par with a squad like ALULA.
And the star power is crazily insane for the boys from ALULA, knowing that Lucas and Jai is on that team. But from yesterday's matches, from the first half of this group stage, we've seen multiple squads, multiple players from this team actually step up, right? We saw FDX with the SMG going in for the entry on the Search and Destroy and becoming even an MVP, scoring 15 kills in that last game. So there's really a ton of challenge that Team Star Magic will have to offer here in order for them to take this victory today. And right now, we're not just talking about that squad, right? Let's talk about Elevate as well. We saw them first time yesterday, and they dominated flat out on their first 2 maps. So what are your key takeaways there? PJ look alive, but how do you think about Kendi's performance? Is it as expected? Is it elevated? Or whatever is it?
I mean, it really all boils down to how much work does he actually need to put up? Because yesterday's run, they did go against Elite Ascend, and to be honest with you, on paper, I don't really mean to discredit the players. It wasn't really too much of a heavy fight. I don't think Kendi had to do much lifting all throughout the series itself. But anyways, guys, if you guys have been eyeing out for the action here for Garena Masters 10, Weaving the Legacy, we started things off with the qualifiers. Funny enough, for the broadcast, it was 28th to the 1st of March. It was a back-to-back run between Saturday and Sunday, and then we move over now towards the group stage. We're currently at Saturday here. And right after this day, obviously, we're going to have a run through for the last and final run for tomorrow on Sunday. And then initially after the group stage, we're going to have a 5-day worth of a break. We're going to continue with the action for the playoffs at the 14th into the 15th of March.
And we're ramping it up, right? Final 4 days of action here in Garena Masters 10, Weaving the Legacy. We've had our other Garena regions actually do complete their tournaments, right? We've seen Visual Esports and Rejects from Garena Indonesia become the top 2 qualifiers for their region heading into Garena Summer Invitationals. They will be joined by their 3rd best team in Garena, Indonesia. But for us, it will be 6 teams that will qualify to GSI. So how are we going to distribute that? So the top 3 teams from each group here in the group stage will have a direct invitation to the Garena Summer Invitational 2026, which will have an offline grand finals with $60,000 to fight for. But for those who are just tuning in, we started this Garena Masters 10 Weaving the Legacy through the qualifiers, hundreds of teams competing, and we only drop it down to 8 teams, and we're nearing the playoffs. And at the playoffs, you are fighting for the $20,000 prize pool as the champion. The better that you go deeper into the playoffs, the higher money that you can bag here, Warden.
You want to get the $20,000 directly on your pocket. I mean, when do you ever get to see a length of a tournament like this, 6 days worth of competition for the group stage towards the playoffs, and you add the fact the qualifiers was also there, so 8 days in total. And then if ever you do come up as the creme de la creme of the competition, you get 20,000 pesos. I mean, $20,000, which is $1,000,000 pesos directly into their pocket. Once again, qualified teams is going to be ALULA Club, Meta Guild, YGN Oblivion, Team Star Magic, SKAERI, Savannah Calyx, Illinary, ESPORTS, Elevate, and Elite Ascend. And well, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, man. I mean, Team Star Magic, Elevate, ALULA Club, they've been showing us that they are exactly who they are.
I think the quality and the reason why they are invited to CDM Season 11 or the COD Spring Major is, you know, the quality that they provide. They have strong respawn squad, they have AG, they have a ton of star power, and that has really given them an opportunity to separate themselves from the others in this group stage that we have in Garena Masters 10, and no doubt that they are going to continue to improve even more. We just started the season, we have new kind of maps, and they're still trying to figure out what is the best dynamic for them to utilize in order to get that maximum chance of victory. But here is our group stage standing. Our top 3 again will be placing themselves to qualify to the GSI. So if you may not be part of that top 2 to go to the playoffs this Garena Masters 10, you still got a chance to compete in the next stage of our competition. But as usual, Team Star Magic and ALULA are standing at the top of the Group A. Right now, it kind of looks like SKAERI and MG.YGN Oblivion are just kind of fighting for the top 3 spot right now, which is scary because both these 2 squads are even. It's really deserving. It's deserving. They're deserving of actually winning and actually moving on to the next stage, but only one will be able to go.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with the performance here from Set of Oblivion. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to scrape away any series win whatsoever, and it's a make or break here for today for them. I mean, this can really seal their fate in regards to making towards the top 3 spot, but that will be happening later on after the series between ALULA Club and Team Star Magic. We've had our calls, we've had our story beats, Cali. I mean, what are you projecting to be played here for the series, man?
I want to see a map number 3. I feel like with Team Star Magic having AG on a prime form version of himself, they should be able to go up against ALULA Club in the respawns department, but that's Search and Destroy is where they just kind of need to fix them up, because this Nadi ALULA Al Saudia, you know, they're gonna bring you a lot of heat off the rip. And we're heading into a Hardpoint combine right away, a map that TSM really struggled on playing up against Oblivion yesterday. And this being one of the comfort picks for ALULA, Warden, this might be an automatic, you know, straight up challenge that will be given to TSM. Heavy disadvantage for them, the cards in their favor, you name it. They're gonna start off slow in this matchup, knowing that ALULA is the more adept team in terms of protocol and experience and in overall total gunfights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised with the way that the bans played out here. I mean, I was kind of expecting that ALULA in some way would just open up the wider maps there, but they ban away Takeoff and Ashenda. In fact, I mean, I feel like this list of bans would have come into the hands of TSM, but no. Summit Hardpoint, Arsenal Hardpoint will be the choice here for a set of TSM to be not played. So Combine, I mean, we've seen a lot of repetitions inside of this map, but we've seen how hot ALULA can be as well out of this run. So I'm not too certain what was the thought process and why this map was played out, but hey, leave it down to the pros.
Yeah, TSM, who are we looking at for here, right? Are we looking at AG? Who's going to be that guy that will look to help AG actually carry a lot of offense here? We've seen a lot of GB from yesterday's match, but it will take more than that as we now bring you the first game here at the third day of the group stage at Garena Masters 10, weaving the legacy. Fight for the top 2 spot between these 2 squads. And again, ALULA will be coming out swinging with the early gunfights being won. 5 go down early for Team Star Magic.
Yeah, it seems to be another series here back-to-back from there where TSM is not going to be playing with Yato. It's going to be Jibby here filling into the role. Well, on yesterday's run, he wasn't doing too shabby at all. In fact, he was able to get the job done. But up against a squad like ALULA, well, that's a bit more of a question. But for the time being, though, initial start here on his P1, ALULA Club. They're getting the bulk of the time.
Wolf off the time, looking pretty strong here, and you can see that everybody is just holding their lanes. They got a respective attack that's going on along the map that will allow them to, put a lot of deaths in the faces of Team Star Magic. And again, you're dealing with Lucazin on the long-range engagements, then having to deal with Clove, who's one of easily the best shotgun players in the world right now. Initially, this P1 supposed to be back and forth, but the strong side looking for ALULA Club.
Yeah, I mean, brighter start here from the rifles from the side of ALULA. I mean, Lucazin and Jai's going to be tied up for 6 kills here. On the contrary, I mean, Jibby and Badman is not too bad, in regards to holding on for the killing fight or the gunfight department. But hey, D2, that's where the definition starts to begin as it opens up. Team Star Magic, they're going to be finding themselves inside of the hill, but the pinch will be offered. Clove here from the right-hand side of the point will be able to find one, and that's going to be sufficient enough for them to be able to get the break inside of the hill. And simultaneously, they flip the sponsor, Cali. ALULA looking to chain this one to a double hill run.
Yeah, Lucazin and Jai, they just immediately ran through the spawn, flip it, before even Team Star Magic had the chance to get the idea that that's already happening. So quick feet is ALULA Club, but Team Star Magic are looking way better than what that P1 was looking like for them. You still don't got any operators here for you to be able to explode up, so you're needing your operators to come lock in on that P3 time. But here, you gotta have to win your initial gunfights, and that right now is just non-existent for Team Star Magic, enough for them to take a solid hold inside of this point that's about to expire. We're moving on to new, and look at that, number 2 in FDX already having the spawn for next, and they don't even know that he's already there routing like a madman.
Yeah, that's going to be a massive attention to detail there from the set of FDX. Knowing for a damn fact as well, if you do hold on towards the backside of the spawns, well, the rest of the players from the side of TSM will be tracking the blow there on towards the mid-map. They're going to be spawning out the players of TSM here with no problems whatsoever. So when the hardpoint opens up with ALULA getting the first sub 13 seconds inside of the hill, they double it down now with an equalizer and a claw, and they are able to reap away the first 5 lives off the push from the side of TSM. ALULA here owning the grounds of Combine.
Yeah, 3 kills with that equalizer from Clove. Just really snappy with the way that he puts the assault in front of your face. But Team Star Magic do actually clear out the point with the help of their operators. So they should be able to contest the point now. And we're still waiting for AG to lock it in. Started with the marksman. Now he's up with the AR. So they're trying to put as much space as they can to make this game manageable. And you only need one good hardpoint hold to hold yourself back in this game. And for Team Star Magic, they're currently trailing behind by more than 50 points. But should they get this next hill up next and turn it into a mon hill, there's a high chance we could put them, back in this game.
Back on the boiler, back on the burner. It's them here on the trail. The last time that we were able to see them play out the map of Combine, this is exactly where they were able to turn things around. But see about it though, because initially for the first 15 seconds before the last 3 hills, it was ALULA Club. But if you take a look at the map, TSM finally getting some map definition. So it's absolutely looking great now. It's just all going to come down to the sustainability.
Sustainability is the name of the game. AG is going to pick up the shotgun here. He's doing everything to try to will his team back in this game. And in fact, that's actually working. Would you take a look at that? Right now, ALULA Club is going to get cleared out. The trim is successful. Team Star Magic should get an extra 20 more seconds here. But they got to hold it down. That P1, that mid-map is where they're just kind of getting penetrated right now. And that is just the problem that they'd have to worry about, which they do clear out. So things are starting to look good. Momentum is slowly kicking in for Team Star Magic, but the star power for ALULA, it's still quite there, and you'd have to fight yourself tooth to nail just to make this game even closer if you're Team Star Magic.
Yeah, TSM was able to cement their names here pretty well on the P4, but now we hit the deck back to the reset here on towards P1, which clearly was a bit of a lossage there on the first initial rotations. But let's see about it though. Could be a different story here as it opens up back from 4 kills. Clove able to take control here on the bridge side. Badman meets him at the edge and beats him to it. Kills after kills they go. It's back and forward, and so far no side definition.
Lucazin is on 21 kills. That's the same kills as Rex. So We definitely got some star players that are doing most of the damage here, but that's clearly not enough, right? If you're Team Star Magic, you want to be able to lock it in more time on this P1. That's where you just kind of lack on that opening hill rotation. Look at Jai here, even going up silent. He's got 46 seconds to his name, just clearing out points as he can get. And wow, clear out hill, get out fast, reposition, spots a couple of more players in front of his face, and he is gonna go down. But look at Team Star Magic, man, they're fighting more. The underdogs are definitely not trying to dismantle this team as of yet, but they've shown that they can resist. But ALULA, again, still having a massive lead heading into P2.
Yeah, the problem you got to deal with a team up against ALULA is that the persistence, you know, they're just all over the place, always putting their buddies inside of the hill, making sure that they get involved with every gunfight here for every individual from the side of ALULA. And, you know, the keys to victory here for the side of TSM, just make sure you don't get any free points whatsoever. But hey, looking to get a brighter start now. They got 3 operators to be played with here at the start of this P2, and they find themselves inside of the hill, but they got to worry about the spawns. ALULA, well defined, and from the back, FPX gets a triple kill. The pinch to be offered. Another wave of gunfights to be put up here by the side of ALULA, and quickly the snap of a finger, ALULA, they take the hill right back.
And just quick to read the map real quick there for FTX, one of the smartest guys to come alive here. He knew that that main map is absolutely open for the taking, and he was light on his feet, get out there, hit that 3-piece, and immediately ALULA are now back in this game. Team Star Magic, despite that heroic attack to push that P2, they're all gonna go and fall down. They don't got any operators to help them to try to make the break now after that death machine just comes off no value on the early set. Last 7 seconds remaining here. You're talking about that early kills. At least if you're Team Star Magic, you got the early rotation onto you. GB is kind of holding that right now while Badman is trying to play COD off. You're banking on a big one here. You lose this P4, you lose this P3, things are going to look more impossible than what it is right now.
Now it seems to be TSM going to be trailing by 100 points, and another wave of gunfights, another wave of operators will be coming into the hands of the players of ALULA. It doesn't matter if they don't have the spawns. Once they put themselves, cementing themselves inside of the hill, they're just going to be able to reinforce this one over and over again. A pinch has to be offered. Jimmy knows exactly what's up, but the Freddy cancels him out. A big push here from the front side. 2 to be offered, but FPX is laying out of his mind. Not blinking. Every time the TSM was on the verge of trying to get the break inside of the hill, another player from the side of ALULA just gobbles it down.
Doubling it down, it's just the way it is. Lucas in with 37. Oh, Wakanda forever. Slicing and dicing. There is Lucas in. Well, now things are going to slowly kick back a little bit as they go and back away from that P3. Thinking bigger picture. Hey, let's just set up new. We got the best position possible. We got number 4. That's Lucas in holding down that P1. You have FDX just kind of anticipating the spawn on the left side of the minimap. So full control-wise, they got information that the guys are going to be coming in on the right side of the map. And here comes Clove. Gets that information with the dance. He is successful at going in for these eliminations through the front. 32 kills for himself. And not only that, he brings out that equalizer. He's going to have more damage about to deal with here up against Team Star Magic. He's just holding that shredding cheese grater, and now it's his time to shine. Wow, would you take a look at that? Building up for a Predator missile, as well as that EMP system. Here is Clove. And man, this is a total massacre. TSM has no momentum at all at trying to try breaking this thing.
Yeah, they're worried. They're forgotten here. ALULA, 12 more points to claim, and that's going to be it. You can't clip the wings of a phoenix here, Cali. It's well over. They can't contain the prowess of ALULA. They're back off the brink, and it doesn't matter. It's a close out. It's game over. ALULA, dominant fashion. Combine hardpoint, said and done. Too easy for them. GG's well played.
It's amazing to see how ALULA was clinically growing Team Star Magic's blood there. Round by round, hill by hill, you saw the mechanical rotations, the position after that early rotation, that late rotation, the way that they tried to space things out to figure out where the enemy are spawning, especially on that P4, that last hard point was prime. You saw FDX absolutely holding down the left side of the minimap, while they have Lucas in holding down mid right through P1. So eventually, they were able to figure out that the enemies are going to be spawning onto P3, and eventually that was one of the most barbecue chicken I've ever seen from Klo. I think that's the highest time that he's got, you know, the spotlight in the POV, and he made use of it with that 3 spray. It started off pretty slow on that P1 Warden, and yeah, we didn't see Team Star Magic actually bounce back after that.
Just a crazy hot match there. A little bit of side of ALULA. We never got to see the lead change whatsoever. Not a single bit at all. It was just ALULA there, always on the driver's seat. I mean, you know, take a look at TSM. In some way, you had Batman there leading the way, and as shocking as I hate to say this, it was AG for pretty much on the trail alongside with Josh there, specifically AG. I mean, once we get to see this whole team of TSM be always just fueled up, maybe till then we can definitely see a fight. You can't afford to have AG not be able to slay out the way that he was able to do so in the last few days of the broadcast.
It's hard because, like, you know for sure ALULA are gonna either going to bring you on that summit or a combine map. That's the only 2 maps that, you know, they are so adept at playing at the macro and micro level. So when we talk about this absolutely being a closed map, there really was no way for TSM to play it because AG shines on a bigger map. And here, yes, you kind of saw him go up for frags, but this time 23 kills only for AG. And that would not be enough if you're trying to compare the star power that ALULA has, with Lucazin scoring 46. You had Glow with 37. Almost everybody except FDX had 30 kills. So the fragging power was kind of much needed for TSM to just try to hang in there. But what really led to the loss was the rotation game, Warden. The transition to P2, to P3, to P4, that's where ALULA had a bit more knowledge on how to play it. Thus the reason why they're able to hold the point as long as possible to defeat Team Star Magic in this map 1.
I mean, you just take a look at the trades. It's clinical, absolute clinical performance here from the side of ALULA. And everything was just so breathtaking to be seen there from the side of them. Now we take a look at the MVP once again. No question to be asked. It is your boy ALULA Lucazin with 46, 22, and 14 KDA with a 5,926 rating.
English massacre, man. It is really an English massacre here for Lucazin. I mean, 46 and 22 up against Team Star Magic. That's the 3rd best team in Garena right now, at least here in MSP. And for you to just go your way in this group stage and just blitz the hell out of your opponents with a 2.0 KD every time, almost more than likely even higher than 2.0 KD. It's an abomination. How is this team even was built?
Hey, you know, ever since ALULA arrived, the cathedral has been shaken, man. I mean, this guy has been the home wreckers of the competition here, and it's not just I had a bit of conversation as well with with some of their competition here in the Garena Masters, and they're prepared for it because this squad right here is a very decorated squad. Everyone, you talk about it, the star composition. Everyone here is a star player, and the only thing that could stop them is the question of chemistry, which we have been able to see already.
There's no way. The chemistry is it's so glued together. And
there's nothing, bro. You can't do anything.
You can't do anything about it. And maybe that's the reason why there's a reason why the chemistry looks the way it is right now.
You can't.
I can't explain it.
You can't dismantle it, bro. You can't decipher. How do you take down a squad of ALULA? We've talked about this. You take it like, let's say, the walls of in Attack on Titan, and it's like the first layer could be Clove roaming around with a shotgun. You deal with him if you can deal with him, and then after that you got to deal with the support players there. Skurd, FDX right around, and then after that you go against the Super Soakers, Jai and Lucazin. The depth of this team is just. It's crazy. It's like a circus, bro.
I think right now, overall in the world, it's Q9, Elevate, as well as ALULA that are currently at their prime peak. I feel like they were able to get that not because of not just star power, but I think the chemistry together with the squad that they have is absolutely amazing. So it's also considerately. I think we might be able to include Wolves there as well. I think those 4 teams that will absolutely go hand in hand together in terms of prime form when they play in CDM this coming March 12th. But the question being, how do you stop ALULA will only be able to be answered once we see the playoffs happen and this team go up against Elevate, or maybe even in the COD Spring Major 2026. So make sure you stay tuned on that. But I have a theory though. If you want to beat ALULA, this is not a thesis. This is just a theory. But if you want to win up against ALULA, you try to bring them at a bigger map. But even at the bigger map, you're gonna have to deal with Lucazin. And Lucazin is bound to score 50 kills.
Well.
I mean, Jai struggles in Ascenda. I think that's a stat fact. But Jai may underperform, but they still got Lucas. And Lucas is gonna drop you a 50 anywhere he goes.
You know, in regards to the ghost of COD, man, I just gotta bring it back, bro. You always gotta talk about, in ARs Cal, you gotta talk about Tech, you gotta talk about Lucas maybe even Dolham 0808 or so. But moving over, Search and Destroy Tunisia is where we're gonna be headed. And let's just say we've seen this map already play out, and specifically back in the runs of Stalwart Esports. This is a not too shabby of a map for them, bro.
ALULA, knowing their coach, you study their coach. If you know their coach, you know how the maps will work around, right? If it's not gonna be a firing range that they'll play, they'll be happy to take you down on a Tunisia map. This is one of the maps that Lucazin absolutely had a tremendous monster performance in the Garena, not in Garena, but Call of Duty Mobile World Championship 2025. He has a sniper ace in this map itself. And him being the sniper here once again, we'll finally be able to have a look at how ALULA plays their Tunisia with Lucazin in the board. So this is going to be a first. And if you're Team Star Magic, you got to be ready for this first round. Oh boy, it's going to be a feisty one. First blood already engaged in favor for ALULA. But Rex, you a sneaky little rat. Still not enough. And look at the way that this round was transitioning out. 4 kills right away.
It's over.
Okay. Oh boy, I think it's happening again.
Calm down,
it's
boy.
The life game. I think the life game perk has been activated.
Defend the objectives.
They just lined up. I don't think in that position when you plant that bomb. When you plant the bomb, all you gotta do is wait. Why do you have to extend out?
You can't do that.
Question there. Yeah, not him. But first blood again. Yeah. It's a back shot to A.
Oh my days. But they lose the numbers in the process though.
Yeah.
Dude, it's ready to go.
Aggressive.
Is Sam Rex finds one. Clove
no.
Right down to 1v2. Oh. And Shibby and Josh. Flips out. Doesn't really have the best of guns. He definitely hit the reset here. Doesn't have to force do it. And yep, he walks into the lines of Jibby. What a response! What was that round, Callie?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm way too biased looking at how ALULA is playing, But Team Star Magic do actually find the read there, knowing that the push was coming off of split. They immediately knew to center their players around the Z alley, and that's how they figured it out. You can't afford to go 3 rounds aggressive here if you're ALULA, but they do smoke out the connector. They're trying to play for that A side, but look at how Team Star Magic is positioned at this. They're playing for an A retake position. Right through ramps is where they are at. They're waiting for that bomb to be planted.
The strike here. Jai plays the pickoffs, but gets tagged in the process as well. That type definitely hurt it. No. I think it's a hit marker there off the Tundra. But it's going to be a calling now as well to go for a rotation on a B site. That's going to be Clove and FTX here leading and paving the way. There's no going to be center of attention at all whatsoever from the side of TSM. So Bob's going to get planted here projectedly, easily. And it's going to be a 5v5 retake here. I mean, I like the gamble here from the side of TSM, but you don't really want to give off a free bomb side to a squad like ALULA.
A gamble stack. And now look at the discipline, the post-plant setup here. All 5 in power positions, ready to hold down that B side away from Team Star Magic. We're all going to be banking on a CT side entrance into the B site. All it takes is a nade, but there are trophy systems in this side of the map. Clove, he'll have the shotgun in his hands, but he's going to be the one first to fall. They're trying to make the break here. FTX is going to fall. The trade will still favor ALULA Club, but AG now having a life game will find one, but Kurd in a tight spot there will find that elimination to give ALULA Club that second round win.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful takeaway there. 1 for 2 to go. I mean, if there's going to be any game modes that, hey, TSM could probably scrape away from a squad like ALULA, it could be the search and destroy. You just got to play your cards right. Get some readings going on. I was going to go for a peek out here on his mid-map. Clove's going to be down on the other side of the corner. FTX going to be crawling in as well. But that mid-map is definitely going to be congested by the players of ALULA simultaneously on towards the winery side. But Rex gets the read, finds a double. Beautifully done. FTX, the Clove is now going to be out, and it's only going to be a one-dimensional push now here on his ace side. As Jack finds Jimmy away. Badman and Josh able to get the trade. Now it's going to be Lucas in all alone with Badman, not fearing a single bit. Super 2, great respondment from the side of TSM.
I never would I see the day Badman will be a strong search and destroy player. Here he is. He's had multiple clutches up against SKAERI on that firing range search and destroy the last time he played there. So Badman definitely will look to try to be the Joker of Team Star Magic in this match. On the defensive side, he's been quite effective finding these close range gunfights. Will bring himself in the winery here. It's not going to be expected in an off-angle attack here for Badman. Will get themselves a quick trade to make this a 4v3. So less space to work around here for ALULA. Slowly and surely, Team Star Magic are boxing in where they are right now.
Yeah, big punch once again. All eyes on the prize. Bit of a scary round here from the side of ALULA. They seem to be trailing on this one. And definitely do so as well if ever they don't really get the picks right. AG's going to be waiting on the corner. One guy's going to be picking on the shadow side. HI's too open. AG finds one. Gets Kurt tagged up. He backs away. FTX looking to provide the coverage here from the top and able to get it done. AG's going to be out now. But Jimmy positioned themselves. Kurt not expecting. Hands down. FTX here. That's the 180 flick. Should be able to serve the reset. It's a 1v2, but anything is well doable for this man as he goes for the chow. Josh can't react too quickly as he goes for the fight, though. Josh was well prepared for it. And that's going to be finally a bit of a shift now here, Callie. TSM now here on the lead.
Okay. It looked pretty strong off the opening rip there for Team Star Magic to send out Badman over at the winery. That was really something that ALULA wasn't expecting at all in terms of the defense being that aggressive. And they're going to continue that rip here through mid this time. And look at that shredding machine. Switchblade in his hands. 3 kills to his name. Badman with the trade. And all of this action happening in the first 20 seconds. ALULA wasn't expecting that pace to be that fast. And your boy Lucas is now the only man alive here.
Can we see it? Can we see it happen? Spawns AG there on the other side. I don't think they know exactly where he's going to be generally directly into. I mean, it's a 1v4. You don't really get to do anything if you are TSM. Put some respect onto his name, because you might just find yourself as the next one down. But if there's going to be anyone that can put him down, it's definitely going to be your boy AG, serving the team now here a double round lead.
Okay. Those 2 rounds that they won were quickly off of, paying tribute to that fast-paced offense. That's supposed to, the fast-paced defense that looked like offense. So you gotta have to give it out to them. They're gonna offer a pretty passive push here. Kind of wanting Josh to start hitting shots as soon as he can. Only 2 kills with the scope. ALULA have full mid-map control. And Badman's the only one holding that angle. Very aggressive spot, honestly, for him to be in. As ALULA will look to try to clear out corners, wanting to bring this to a B finish.
Whatever side they want to go, it's going to be at least 2 players here from each end, and now they form up and post up towards the B side. AG gets that information here, gets tagged up in the process, backs away. But you got to eye out an FTX already closing it up as Lucas in from the back, up with the scopes. Up to Cabal, JB walks in. And that's going to be FTX finding that easy frag. And in the blink of an eye, 3 players are out for the side of TSM. And it's going to come down to the marksman and the shotgunner of TSM, Badman and Josh. The world has their eyes on you. Form, the site is pretty concealed by the players of ALULA. This is a pretty much a chalk round here, Callie.
It is, unless a miracle happens. No way ALULA is going to throw away this, but they're going to try to overchild this. Why are we swinging?
Doesn't matter. Too easy for them.
Yeah, They're trying to play with the mental of the TSM squad here. They just want to bully them out. Make them have no choice but to think that their life is at risk with the way that they're hunting these kills. 1 round deficit before we switch sides. We got 1 more round. We'll have a chance to tie this on the attack. And if we see the same kind of passive defense here for Team Star Magic, there might be a chance for ALULA to take this. So you gotta go aggressive on the defense here.
Checks out, 4-3 to go. Still ALULA, despite the win, still gonna be on the trail now. FTX gonna be lurking on his B side. Bomb does shift towards the direction as well. There could be another B hit, which would be the best of call. I mean, there is gonna be an AG alone there, but that could be an understatement. I feel like they are just playing around his mid-map here, play off the information. And if ever they do find a pick off here from Rex, maybe till then we can see the commitment. Oh, Clove! Splitters of Hell able to back away. FTX are pushed up already. Spots AG off the spray, but AG so quick with it. Speed like thunder, but Luke is in much quicker for the trade. And that's going to be a push out now on towards the B side, but TSM already made and developed a flag from the back. Just like that, TSM. Oh, reading the players of ALULA.
Wow. Beautiful play there. And TSM definitely had the best timing to just attack that B side. The one was watching the back there for ALULA. So Teams Are Magic +2 lead before we switch sides. Now they're going to be on the attack, and aggressive is the way to go. Can't afford to make ALULA make a pick off. Get those first bloods, and now suddenly it's a 4v5 and you're limited on your resources. ALULA will set up an A-side split here. Potentially a high-low on that corner at the Z alley. No engagement yet so far, but now Clove will peek out, and wow. Battle off the shotgun there between the switchblade. Mid-map action, Clove will win it. First blood in favor for ALULA.
Look at the way that they're positioning themselves as well. You got FTX just lurking there, just right around the outside of Winery. You got Jai holding things down with a kilo as well on towards B side. That mid presence definitely a perfect setup for them to play around with. They're just going to react to where the push is going to be, and now it's going to be at the B bomb site. Jai, Skurd, much more ready for it. Sub-minute remaining instead of this round. It's an all or nothing push here for the side of TSM.
You need a smoke to block off that sniper entry from that B side. A long is not going to be a big problem here. So what you want is that B side be cleared out. Try to take a peek at that door. And all of that goes for worse as Lucas in now looking to deliver the killing blow. It's all down to Jibby. Yeah, I mean, you gotta say that this round is basically over. So ALULA will see a 4th round. He's trying to prolong this 20 seconds.
Oh, so quick with it. But Jai able to wrap around the trade 5-4. I mean, hey, you were up by 2 rounds. You can afford it. Now's the time to try to deny the equalizer here and stay on the double round lead. A very much needed win here for the set of TSM to prolong the series overall. Can we see the switch of tempo here on this round as we get to see here? It's going to be a 1-2 split from the set of ALULA. Looks to be a 5-man El Classic push from the side of TSM on this B bomb side. And it's just going to be Jai all alone, but can he hit and find anyone before the push out comes through? Looking like none. It's going to be a 5v5 retake.
Going to be a first. Let's see how this one goes. Skirt is going to be on the retake. Clove is going to be the front entry. And wow, equally traded. High ground now in possession for ALULA. And wow, look at them with the 2-piece. Gonna drop down here is Jai. AG, what are you gonna do in this double doors? They spot Badman out. He is hiding, cowering around the door. And Clove with the double to finish it off. ALULA will tie it up.
Beautiful retake.
Ready up.
Mad coordination there. I mean, I've seen a lot of teams falter in a 5-man retake there. I mean, a big post up there from the front side, but he was just able to get it done. Really great reactions here from the set of ALULA. We see a better respawn here from the set of TSM. I mean, breaking through a bomb site has been a problem. It has been the retakes. It's going to be the same whole play here. 5-man push once again. See if they can have a better read this time around.
Okay, TSM. Same spot, same result, perhaps, maybe not. Rex will now find that kill onto Scourge, so The support is now out, but you still got to have to worry about Clove. And here he is, the demon. Oh my god. HSO 405 in action and he's bound for more. How did he not see him? I was setting him up. I am setting you up, Clove. You're supposed to take the kill.
Commentary at its finest, man. Commentary at its finest. You try to protect something, it goes the other way around.
Bro, he saw him. I'm pretty sure he saw him. Just wanted the bigger route.
We got the bomb.
It is what it is. 6-5. TSM. I mean, they have been able to harass the players of ALULA well enough on the B set to the point that they have some reinforcements now. They put out Glove next to Jai here. It's going to be a common 2-1-2 split here from the side of ALULA. TSM looking to go to the other side of the map this time around here on A. Has to meet FTX and your boy Lucas in there on the shadows. FTX is playing off the contact there from Lucas in. And this might just go terribly here for the side of TSM if they can't react too quickly.
Yeah, you got to look at FTX. Look at his that's such a offensive spot there on the defense. But he's going to get checked out and Lucas is going to get tested. You signed up for this attack now, TSM. You got to convert this and clear it out. And Lucas finally removed out of the round. And Team Star Magic will find the 7th, baby. This game, potentially a map number 3.
If the script persists, the next round's going to go to 6 for the side of ALULA. And as the world would state, it would be a 6 and 7 round run. Pushing in. And we see it for the side of TSM. Or can ALULA respond back with their own round? As they go for another iconic B push here. The read's not really it for the side of ALULA. Jai has been able to get a lot of opportunities to find players off the cross at the execution on the speed bomb side, but he hasn't failed. He hasn't been able to get the shots to connect. Rex finds Jai away. The retake consists and persists.
Frag out.
And it goes for the push out. Bombs yet to be planted. Rex from the back able to find FDX. Josh gets to read up against Clove, able to get a double. Lucas is now going to be all alone, and Josh finds a triple overall to close out the deal. And that's going to be match point. Can we see a thunder from the side of TSM?
Oh, pressure is sky high for ALULA now on this defense. Team Star Magic, there is no strat involved. It's just hold W, move forward, get his kills. If not, then you try again on the next round. A nade will connect down to FTX and you are starting to feel it. Map number 3 lingering in the air. As AG will look to try to finish off ALULA in this map number 2.
Oh my.
It might be done for. This ace that has been completely taken.
We see it. Tear down the banners of ALULA. Clear the shelves. Only for the new gold. Might just be the most and the next most dangerous name here for this Call of Duty Mobile competition. Yes, remind us why that you are in this competition. They wait out for the last heap of contestation. Clove leads the way. He finds one. Rex able to get the trade. Jai on the corner side. AG from the back. Able to get it done. It's a 1v1. But Jai forces the game and the players of ALULA Club to stay alive. We get sent to another round here, Cali.
Absolute cinema on that retake. Remember, they were only 3 guys. They were at the disadvantage. But that quick wrap from the A ramps to hitly attack that guy on that shadows, where Rex was completely off guard and had to reload while in action. Killed. And now Slade, ALULA sees his 6th. And if you give them another round here, momentum-wise, it might be ALULA. Look at this aggression. That will not be spotted by Team Star Magic until the first guy drops. Stun is going to be hurting, and JB will not shy away from the fight. He takes down Clove, swinging in to take down FTX as well. Now that winery is cleared off of impurities.
3v3. Very much needed standoff here for the set of TSM. My mind states that it might just be ALULA scraping away this win, but the number says no. As much as we want to see the most potential from the set of ALULA, TSM is not really backing down now. Taking their times out of their lives, but they gotta move in quick. 3 players from the side of ALULA circling all around as well. They made Lucas in, they get scored. The trade is there, AG. And Jai away, Lucas in is down. They're tearing down the bricks out of the wall. They rip the faces off the floorboard from the side. TSM, the force of nature, they stay alive in this competition.
And AG with the life game give this team another chance to take on ALULA, the one team that everybody has their eyes at defeating this Garena Masters 10. The reigning champions will now be fighting for their life at the map number 3. AG definitely had some backup there, Warden. Badman, GB not shying away from this engages. And there's a difference between playing to win and playing not to win. And Team Star Magic will not shy away again to bring it on up against ALULA in this search and destroy Tunisia. And what could we say? It started off pretty nicely for ALULA on the defensive side, but the aggression, the pacing, the Team Star Magic allocated on the attack was just kind of the difference maker. They were finding first bloods, and even if they do die out on the early engage, they find ways to absolutely turn it up and in their favor at the very last moment of the round. Wow, what an absolute game. Map number 3 is where it all will decide, where it all will be decided here. Team Star Magic and ALULA Club. Man, I can't wait to see it.
Give it to me, man. Give it to me. Give me whatever control map there is, bro. I mean, this series overall deserves the best of 5. You know what? Give it down. A best of 7, Cali. If ever we can see the players of TSM put up this type of 5. Oh boy. ALULA is up to a show. Look at the scoreline here, man. 17 kills for the set of AG, 15 for the set of Clo, but the MVP will be the youngest addition to the team here. Not by age, but by experience. You got Rex on the board here with 15, 11, and 2.
One of the rookie stars from last year with ELUNARI ESPORTS, along there with Whoopi and Tarks. Rex definitely had his name in the board from that qualifiers, has the highest fragger in that Hacienda Hardpoint that they played up against ALULA. But never would I see the day that he would wield an SMG and actually be straight up good at it. And you talk about that adjustment that he does, right? It's all about the grind for this dude. You would see him in TikTok absolutely tear it apart in rank, in even, custom lobbies. And he even streams his scrims sometimes. So yeah, the grind is all worth it for him. He's going to take this MVP. And map number 3 is loading right up next. And people are dying to see what will happen on that map.
You got to add in the fact as well that this guy was playing on a tablet. He had to shift to a phone for this competition. That barely happens a lot. I mean, the last time I saw or heard someone shift from a tablet into a phone was Yopi, but that was back in 2021. I mean, Yopi was a 6-finger player. He turned into a 3-finger player after switching to the phone. So it takes a lot of adaptability, but guess what? He made it happen, and now he's here. It's not the first time, by the way, that he is able to outslay the whole lobby. We saw this on the qualifiers on the Hardpoint game where he was able to drop 50 kills amongst the rest of the competition in that matchup between them and ALULA. Shockingly, this guy outslayed the competition, and that's just how promising Rex is in regards to his journey here in this competitive scene.
It is, and the journey will continue to move on. And again, he's weaving his own legacy here in Garena Masters 10 to be picked up on a team that definitely has a ton of potential to be, a contender for a top 2. It's just kind of looking like the way it is right now with that search and destroy and how that one ended up. But, this is a best of 3. Garena Masters 10, best of 5 at the playoffs is going to be ensued. So you're going to need to have a lot more bag than what you currently have in the search and destroy. But getting a win here is essential. Getting a win here will feel good because, again, ALULA is the team to beat. They are the defending champions of Garena Masters.
Gotcha, man. I mean, what a reel that we've had. We've seen prodigies shine. We've seen veterans just owning the grounds. And, well, best of 3. Control we go. I mean, Ellie, this is at most probably the most exciting matchup that we have been able to see here so far. I mean, it is the first. And come again, I feel like this day overall for this group stage will be the most heaviest freaking show that we'll get here for this group stage.
I'm looking forward to that ELUNARI and Elevate matchup. Not because Elevate is the one playing in it, but because there's a guy that has sparked my attention. Snow from ELUNARI Esports absolutely teared it apart yesterday's match. He scored 48 kills in a Hardpoint Summit, 20 kills with a search and destroy sniper. So I want to know how he will hold up against one of the toughest qualities in the competition here in Garena Masters. But moving forward, we still got this map number 3 ahead. And what could we say could be the potential map here, right? If you're Coach Palitel, obviously your main map last year was a Crossfire up against Elevate. Most of the time, that's where you just kind of drag them into. But this year, it's a whole kind of different. There are 2 new maps available in the map pool. So are you gonna have to try to play comfortable and play raid control? Or would you want a standoff here to be played around with?
Let's just say avoid standoff. I feel like Crossroads could be a middle grounds, but at the same time, if you do play a map raid, I feel like it's gonna be a Lucas in showdown there. So I'm not too certain how to feel in regards to what kind of maps you gotta play out here, Cali. But hey, let's see. Let's see. We don't gotta keep on guessing anymore. Soon enough, we're gonna be able to see the vetoes play out. I mean, if you guys miss out the action there, Hardpoint was played in Combine. ALULA was able to scrape it away pretty dominantly. It was nasty. It was a crime scene, man. But this search and destroy, all of a sudden TSM was just able to beat down the pace, and guess what? They were able to force this game number 3. So here we go. TSM, ALULA Club, head up now 1 for 1.
You mentioned it, right? The respawns were a massacre. That S&D was a whole different ball game. But now we're heading into
oh boy,
a respawn map. And
yeah.
ALULA, you know, Raid has been a typical map for them to ban out up against Elevate. I felt like, you know, that was kind of Elevate's best map heading into the Call of Duty World Championship 2025. But here, you know, I felt like respawns are respawns, S&Ds are S&Ds. So ALULA will still look to be the favorite team to win this. But I'm open to be proven wrong here. We've seen AG multiple times make the impossible look possible. And from that last game, he showed us why he is the way, the truth, and the life. TSM, they win this, they might be number 1 in the Group A standing, Warden.
It could happen. You know, the control overall is a very monumental game mode. It takes a lot. It takes probably, you know, as simple as just one operator to make the difference. And that first 5 kill metric. But hey, Cali, let's get it on. TSM, ALULA Club, title for a series. It's a tiebreaker run here in this map of raid control. Here we go.
Okay, attacking early is ALULA. First 5 kills. You're looking at that metric. That usually provides you an idea how this one will get played out. So the early fights will be won by ALULA. Early position and B side in control already, prioritizing it over fighting for kills. So you'll have to see that happen here off the bit. And well, that soon would be obliterated by Team Star Magic. Incinerated. Now just a 1 to 2 live count lead here for ALULA off the get-go.
First initial capture there on the first tick on the B control point. To be able to slow down the time here just a little bit, but the ALULA Club here, just everything they're trying on the A control point, and ESM is going to be much more focused on the mid map. They got to find a means to take this kitchen away from the set of FDX. Looking like AGG is going to react to it. Josh there seems to get the trade. No, Badman beats into it. Not bad recovery here from the set of TSM, but they gotta make sure they don't get outlurked with the players of ALULA.
GB is going to hold off strong on that zigzag on mid. Fighting for information. FDX is going to get him with the help of that stun. So utilities are pursuing Team Star Magic bad. So eliminations are going to be coming off clear on that B side. With an opening created by FDX, the captain himself. Lucas in will continue to wield that scope. Nasty shot off of that. Proceed to miss out the next 2. And Jimmy's going to punish them right like that. Man, this game, it's closer than what it was on that map number 1. So expect that this one will go down to wire. Josh will continue to hold down the bedroom of apartment warden, and space-wise, Team Star Magic are doing better. 16 seconds remains for ALULA to capture a flag.
Big shot for Rex, shutting down 1. Love's gonna pop out the Tempest here in Desperado mode, and this is exactly where you want to find Rob here in a crucial mode like this. Jai is going to be there on the other side. Pops through. FTX from the back, able to get the flag. They should be able to get the capture now here on his B control point. It's a matter of questioning now for the side of TSM. Do you want to go for contention or just want to let it be as the lives have been depleted apart and they fall like shambles? Badman, Jibby, all alone for the side of TSM. Anything is so well doable as a 2v5 though. You got to worry about this big old push here from the back 4-man push. ALULA about to institute a capture once again.
Oh yeah, that confirms it. GB falling down there means it's an ALULA club game. Oh, he didn't. Oh, it took a while for FTX to get that information, but ALULA escaped with a narrow win. And it all came down to that decision making at the end. Team Star Magic could not take advantage of the time that was limited. Only 6 seconds that they had to trim off. And if they could have eliminated the B-side players, that would have been a different ball game. But here, we go back, switch sides. It's a quick mid-hit here for your boys from Team Star Magic. And they're going to get fended off of it.
Batman able to get a cut there. Drops one operator up against ALULA. And they're going to be hitting a lot of sides here simultaneously. Pretty great start, I gotta say. Now they go for the strike here on his B control point. There's going to be 3 players here ready to hit it from the outer side. FTX, precise vortex. Pushing back the players of TSM. And now all of a sudden, life count is all equal.
It's worrying that there is no mid-map presence here for ALULA on the defense. Just kind of want to have one guy stack right through it. Now they do have 2 guys on it. And they're willing to transition towards that A side, and I love that play right there. You could get that mid-map hit, you have access to every angle in this control map itself. But this live count definitely looking like in favor for Team Star Magic, but they're gonna trade it out, right? They are gonna get 2 segments on that A side. They're gonna pause that clock. They still got 44 seconds to move around the map, but kind of boxed in. Spawn trap situation initiated by ALULA. You lose this round, there will be a tough time for you to try to go back and win this. 9 life count difference, Ward, and it's starting to look impossible for Team Star Magic to win this round now.
79, 16, 19. ALULA just showing us absolute masterclass here in this map of raid control. They push back the players of TSM once again, and it can either be the time or the lives will be depleted away from the hands of the players of Team Star Magic. But regardless, it's going to be ALULA up on the pedestal, on their throne, sitting pretty. They don't got to do much anymore as AG and Josh is going to be left alone into the dust. Gosh, what more can you do in no man's land? Against FTX, he finds one, but the timer gets rained down. ALULA club on match point.
Oh, they love that. They love that round. They only got 1 more round win to win it. And everybody just converting all of those shots. But gotta highlight how FTX is playing the N3 here with the SMG. He's not afraid to make the play for his squad. That's what he's always has been for ALULA and all the roster that, you know, he has been part of. They're going to continue to make their way into this matchup to try to finally put an end to this match in this series, to take the #1 spot in this group. That A side is going to be where they're going to play for the capture, but at the cost of giving away the spawn. So now it's a spawn trap situation that they have to escape from. TSM is on the garage, ready to invade.
An absolute monumental change, and you take a look at Skirt as well, just scraping off the progress that they need to put up on the A control point. Yes, it could be him going down up against Badman here, but no, he still stays alive. How does that happen? 20 to 27, the captures into Susan A, and now they divert the attention towards B as well. It's a split and conquer push here from the side of ALULA here, Callie.
I think the puzzle is kind of hard to actually figure out right now. You're split spawn, and you don't got the gunfights to back you up right now. When it's over, it's takeover time for ALULA. And the reason why they are the champions from last year, Garena Masters 9, and the addition of ALULA Lucasen, they really are going to be a tough team to beat this time round.
Oof. They didn't even flinch, man. ALULA is the new light in this competition of Garena, bro. Shut the doors, turn down the lights. ALULA has denied the dream here, man.
As expected for Nadi ALULA Al Riyadiyah. Man, you know, you just gotta have to admire it. This team went from a team that has struggled to win a Garena Masters title. It took them 9 seasons, right? 9 seasons. It started with Incendio, Heaven, Jetfro, Alip. I don't know even if he was playing at that time, but
Adapt, Wildzilla.
Yeah, Wildzilla. And of course, Irfan J. So it took them from that Singaporean Malaysian squad, an Indonesian squad. They even had Whoopi before. So many versions of the legacy of this team. They had AG, and there were so many versions, but this one is the strongest, no doubt, with Lucas in here and with Palitao as the coach. They've already done their wonders. They got the numbers to back it up. They were the champions of Garena Masters 9, and they will continue to put this team at the top of the leaderboard. And with this win, that secures ALULA's dominance in this group. But not to underestimate TSM, they played a life game on that search and destroy and completely figured out how ALULA played it. But here, ALULA wins the series, and the journey for ALULA will continue as they successfully might have got themselves the spot already for the playoffs, right? FDX the MVP here this time, Warden. And look at that KD, man. Monstrous stats that he's gonna provide on this 3-0 win at 3.67 KD. I'm not lying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna draw back what you say. I mean, all most respect for the set of FDX and SKAERI. I mean, they are the ones that's carrying the light of, the former AMT powerhouse squad. And now, take a look at this spotlight directly for the set of FDX. 22-6-6 in KDA and a 2,801 scoreline.
Wow. And again, this guy FDX, over the course of the legacy of this team, again, from AMT, Powerhouse International, Stalwart Esports, ALULA, FDX was always a sniper, Warden. Then he never had to withdraw that gun away from that position. But here, obviously making changes, he had to drop that sniper. Now he has to play the SMG role, and he completely shines in his new role. And this guy's talent, his adaptability, definitely something not to be underestimated, and particularly why Stalwart Esports was top 3 in the World Championship last year and was also able to bag home Garena Masters 9. Not to discredit Jai, obviously the new addition from last year, but without the mind of FDX, there is no way Stalwart Esports will be here with ALULA Club. That is going to be our first game of the day. We got 2 more games to go. Once again, this is Scally and Warden. We'll be right back after this break. if you think that our first game is the only 3 maps that we're gonna have to play here today, I think you are gladly mistaken. We got SKAERI here up next, going up against Oblivion for the battle for the 3rd place in this Group B. And man, it's going to be me, Kali, here down you here with Warden. Man, how are we feeling after that first match?
I mean, I was kind of expecting a lot more. As much as it was, I mean, was it too much to ask for? I mean, they did win the search and destroy, but I feel like that control raid was a bit anticlimactic. I think they could have been, there could have been something that they could have done, but hey, it is what it is. But fortunately for set of TSM, I mean, with them finding a map against ALULA, which I feel like is not really well possible for the rest of the crew here. I think they pretty much solidified themselves as the number 2 team that will be advancing towards the playoffs.
It's crucial for these 2 squads to go at it, right? MG Oblivion will have to win the series at all costs just to make sure that they'll be top 3. But for SKAERI, all it's got to do is obviously do the same thing as Oblivion. So this is going to be a fight to the death that we'll be seeing in this coming map ahead. So everybody, before we play that Elevate and ELUNARI esports match, we gotta have to watch this absolute Cinema Alpha game that we'll be seeing. So yeah, let's talk about the players here and who have been the standout for these 2 squads, right? Obviously, we go in and take a look at Oblivion. Mids, obviously a bit consistent, but Wadudu and Epox, I believe, should be the 2 guys that will have to step this up for this match to be able to favor them.
I gotta agree. I mean, I think those are just, the safest players there is to be eyeing out for. I mean, there's not really much question in regards to that. I mean, it's just all going to come down to this make or break situation between these 2 squads. I mean, for the set of SKAERI, I mean, you got to always talk about Mamra alongside, well, funny enough, Ramzu. Ramzu is truly a pretty peaceful role player. So I like to see him play out quite well, but we'll see in a bit. So.
And here we are, match number 2 for today's series. It's Oblivion, Wadudu, and Mids, and a group of guys that will look to try to face on SKAERI, who gave TSM a nightmare on their opening game at this Garena Masters 10. And we're heading into a new map. Hardpoint Takeoff is where we are at for this coming match. And I love that we're not going to see a showdown nor a combine nor a summit map be played here by these 3 guys, these 2 teams. They want to bring us to something that, are quite new or will be back from the scene. So Takeoff, expect it. That's the longest hardpoint map that you're ever going to play. And there's always a high chance a 50 bomb awaits us from one of the players from each team. So I love the map pick. What do you think, Warden?
Yeah, I think it's time to play off something different here instead of just the El Ordinar of Shenda Hardpoint and Summit Hardpoint. I mean, I love the fact as well that, SKAERI, they don't really want to extend themselves too out, not just yet into the map pool. So Combine Hardpoint and Arsenal Hardpoint, the 2 latest additions to the map pools, excluding Takeoff. I mean, as much as I would say that, yes, this is a brand new addition to the rule set, which isn't really exactly that, because we did see this one on Garena Masters 1 already getting played out. So love to see it. And it's just all going to come down to, well, the scrappiness. Kali, I feel like this hardpoint itself, even though take a look at like P3 per se, I treat it like P1, bro. You just can't get spawn to finish in no matter what you try to do.
Yeah, it is. P3 is essential for converting monhills, but early or late rotations doesn't matter because it's kind of messy from the way that the spawns are gonna work on this map. But if you do convert it, find a read and stabilize that P3, there's a high chance that you'd absolutely run it down, especially from the high ground. Operators, I believe, is the best showcase in this map of Takeoff. P3, P4, that's where the explosives and the claw actually find a lot of value. So expect that these teams do deploy that in this game. And in order for them to absolutely turn it up, right, you need a big chain here, right? We're talking about Summit, P3, P4s. It's the same thing here for Takeoff. P3, P4s are your monhill, so you gotta have to lock it down in order for you to win this game.
But we'll see about it. I mean, this map is pretty ancient here. Goes a long way back. I mean, used to have the run for the ARs here. So let's see about it. Here we go. No more protection. It's game time. SKAERI up against MG.YGN Oblivion here in Takeoff Hardpoint. Here we go, Kali. It's a break for a do or die situation here between these 2 squads to fight for that number 3 spot to qualify for GSI.
Yeah, SKAERI are the prime team that will lookly favored to win this map number 1. Looking at the statistics and the firepower that Pickle Kramzu as well as Chroma will be able to provide, but MG Oblivion had shown that they got what it takes to turn it up, but it's just a matter of consistency and effort that they'll have. They started all off their first hardpoint in their past few games, weak off of their P1, and that's not going to be something that they want to replicate here. They want to make this win work for their side.
Yeah, let's see about it. I mean, so far instead of Hill, I mean, you do see Oblivion breaking away just a little bit, but only by up by 6 points. SKAERI's going to be there for the contention. But, you know, P1 barely gets talked about a lot in regards to just, you know, soul definition. So, hey, look at the run for the P2, though. 10 seconds remaining here on his P1. It should be opening up for the new Hill here soon enough. And on paper, on the map, it seems to be favoring for the players of SKAERI.
SKAERI is absolutely running it down in these last few moments. What matters here is that they had their early rotation onto New. They're taking bigger pictures, so Oblivion will have to fight their way into this one. And they got raw vanilla guns ready, locked and loaded to fight for it, but they are all gonna fall. String of bad luck there, and SKAERI will be more than happy to win this fight and get the early hold.
For the 22 here, frontside push from the side of Oblivion, backside hold from the side of SKAERI. It's an all-out team fight. Steve leads the way, but he meets the gunshots here from Momraz. He pops the Tempest as well. 10 kills already to his name. The first player to enter to double-digit now here, Cali. And that's exactly what you talk about. Kramzu and Chroma getting involved as well. It's going to be Oblivion here down Narnia.
Narnia is the hardest part to go here. You have to fight your way back, run away, and not even have, you know, 100% guarantee that you're gonna win the gunfights. And I think the main mistake for Oblivion on this matchup was fighting for the hill alone. You gotta have to flip the spawn, so you're spawning closer to the P2, but that's gonna be, you know, done and dealt with. They do get the last few bit of scrap time on this P2, but we're heading on to next. That's gonna be held by SKAERI, a P2, P3 chain about to be successful here. Now this is how you would want to try to play it, right? Try to play as clinical as possible. Now this is where also your operators are gonna be coming in. So it's time for the showtime. That machine invested here for Chroma.
Yeah, look at the kill feed here, man. SKAERI is the new reality here for the side of Oblivion, as they absolutely do get sent down literally into Oblivion. Risky and Wadudu try to make the play, and they absolutely start with an equalizer here. Wadudu good for 2. That machine coming through. Risky good for 2 as well. Oblivion, they're definitely hanging on. They flip the spawns in the process. Lovely turnaround here from the side of MG.YGN Oblivion.
Yeah, they still got the Sparrow and the Claw alive on this P3, and there's 20 seconds, so the fight will continue to live on in favor for them. Having the high ground is essential as well. Wadudu 3 in a row. Risky, oh, just 1 away from getting that EMP system. He did get shot down, but you're kind of gifted with the spawn for next. So if you can string a good luck here and win that early rotation, you're looking at the Money Hill. For as long as you do fight your way into the visitor center and get that spawn for your squad, you're looking at the Money Hill here.
57-73 here. Freddy flies by. Oblivion going wild and 50 seconds here as it opens up. So far, if you take a look at the map, it's a pretty defined hill from the side of Oblivion. All comes down to Pickle now here to go for the pinch here from the back. Has to make Risky and Yaoi here from the front. And now you get to see he finds one Risky able to get a double kill to try to deny the push out there from the side of the players of the SKAERI. Oblivion has been able to put up the comeback.
Yeah, and that's nice. The ability to win the P3 and P4 is how you're gonna want to win this matchup up against SKAERI. But a couple of Swarm inside of the point here, very scrappy. Mates on the high ground will continue to lock it down. And I tell you what though, there are multiple players from Oblivion that were almost able to streak up to their 3rd score streak, so that says a lot. They have better map control, and they do think about the positioning, the spacing around the map after that slow start on that first 2 hills.
They started 84 here, back to 1. Oblivion been able to keep things close. On paper, it was seemed to be SKAERI. They could definitely just pull away with this one, but the game is close as ever as the hardpoint opens up now. Only 4 more points for the side of SKAERI to be able to enter the hardpoint mark. So Oblivion is not making it easy at all here, Cali.
They do. They're making it very scrappy. They want to make them earn it. And that's how this one will continue to live on this next 4 hills that we'll have in the second hardpoint rotation. So far, numbers-wise, you're looking at Wadudu being that MVP for them with 23 kills and Risky being a different factor on that long-range engage for Oblivion. And that's how they got control of P3 and P4. And at the moment, just lacking that power position on the high ground to make this P1 belong to their side. So SKAERI will have the hold for the initial and the last 20 seconds of this P1 and will look to maintain a close or a marginal deficit in this next coming hill ahead.
Yeah, pretty great game that we're having here. I mean, this is the 4th lead change that we haven't been able to see. SKAERI for a moment or so, and then Oblivion takes it away, and they get to see SKAERI, and now Oblivion are going to be tied up here for the game itself. P2's now going to be opening up. SKAERI, they have the backside of the spawns favored for the map itself, at least on the inside of this very hill, but can they get the sustainability is the question. As Chroma pops the damage, he gets denied, only good for 1. Steve inside with the Sparrow, but Cramsey doubles it down with the War Machine, and just like that, in the midst of all chaos, SKAERI, they get the finition, but Risky has something to say, and he quickly gets denied as well. Callie, what is going on?
It's just a full scrap fight inside of that point. In Oblivion, their pacing is starting to get faster. That's alarming for SKAERI. Even not having the spawn here for Oblivion, they're winning their gunfights now, and that was the non-existent factor on that early hardpoint hold. So now, things are looking the way of Oblivion, and the losses that they have accumulated in this group stage, they want to make up for it here. They want to advance to the top 3 spot, and they are looking hungrier more than ever.
You love to see it. What do you involve into the mixture? I mean, this guy had an hiatus for a bit of time, but look at him chilling and killing every single competition here from the set of SKAERI. It doesn't matter for him. Now, P3 is going to be opening up. SKAERI should be able to paint himself here instead of the hill with no problems. As they got the backside control alongside 4-3 players just right around the vicinity. Topside control as well. You get to see it so far. They open up the hill. Another lead change to be grabbed here by the set of SKAERI.
Yeah, I think this is going to go down to a 250 to 240 something score with the way that they are just trading blow for blow here. Now, for Oblivion, a slow start for them. Does not have any control at all. SKAERI had the initial hold, and we'll look to try to build off from that. No operator skill that are available, but they do bring out the Predator missile to get the information that the players are spawning on the right side of the minimap. And wow, Sebio and the guys are just crying. But this next 13 seconds will go the way of Oblivion as they do win their fights, but not for long. Pickle with the 2-piece, and now we're heading on to new.
They start to break away once more. SKAERI going to be on a 28-point lead. Now it's only going to come down to mid here all alone as they hit the rotation here for New. There's going to be 2 players that he has to deal with up against SKAERI. He gets taken down, and it's an all-out team fight from left to the right, and it's just all going to come down to the better of trades. Mids, though, whips out the War Machine to try to get more definition inside, and that's going to be favoring him as he gets the first initial life counts out from the hands of SKAERI. But player 5 from the side of SKAERI, Chroma rips in, walks in with a damage machine, finds Steve on the other side, but he can't get the connection. Sabio's working for the flank as well. They try to go for another pinch, but MG.YGN Oblivion, they're just so scrappy, baby.
Yeah, and that prompted the spawn to flip. Actually, SKAERI are now spawning on generator side, so position-wise, Oblivion are in a very tight spot to absolutely dominate. See with the 3-piece, and that's all enough to mention that Oblivion are not here to just play around. They want to take this victory and absolutely go to the GSI this year.
They want to battle. They know the weight of this game. You can't drop the ball. It's, you want, you know, in any form of standards for any professional players out there, they want to get as much repetitions for the big leagues. And this is all where it shines at most. And they're playing it all down for dear life. We go back to the reset here to P1. 3rd time is the charm here, Callie.
3rd time's the charm, and again, only just a 6-point lead that we have that we're talking about in this game. And Risky's been frying off of this Oblivion squad. 42 kills to his name. Nobody near closer to him except his teammate Wadudu, who's got 40 kills to his name here as well. The equalizer invested will not find any value, but the squad entirely look like they're getting better at every hardpoint that they play. So SKAERI gotta be attentive to what's happening. Any shift of momentum could be disastrous moving forward.
Oh, we see it. We're definitely seeing it and feeling it now. Only 9 more points to be claimed here for the set of SKAERI, and they're going to be able to enter the 200-point mark. MG.YGN Oblivion, how much more can you do? Back on the trail we go, and they get sent away from the rotations to New. SKAERI officially on the 200-point run. And the Hardpoint is going to be opening up once again, favoring to their way. Back to back to back they go.
Oh boy, this is a challenge now. You're late on rotation. You don't got the... Oh no, never mind. The spawns actually do favor Oblivion. They got there in time for the visitor center, but they do get sorted out. So SKAERI will win the early hold and the early fight. Rotation will favor SKAERI, and that is the punishment for Oblivion for not thinking bigger picture. Now this lead is gonna grow further if it's not gonna get taken care of. Pickle with the 3-piece will continue to extend out. Claw in his hands. High value operator coming out of him. And SKAERI will look to build up a great cushion just to keep away Oblivion from winning this game. But this fight is not yet over. It will continue to be scrappy. Mamra with the intention to kill these players with that Tempest. And they're gonna maintain a great contest up until the very end in this P2. SKAERI might look to end it on P3 as they got the early rotation on to next.
You got to worry about the two operators that is going to be well ready for the side of SKAERI to be whipped out on towards the rotation. They're on the P number 3. It's going to open up. Last 25 remaining for the side of SKAERI. Freddy flash through. Information's relayed. In the process, they find Risky and Wadudu out. Double man push from the front side. It doesn't matter. They clean it up. And that, just like that, all of the machinery is going to be coming through. War and death. Combine it all together. It's the demise to be offered from the side of Oblivion. SKAERI's the predator, and they're inside of this pit. And they clear out another wave of gunfights. Shatter the glass. Scream from the rafters. SKAERI is claiming the knife. 7 points remaining, but Oblivion, they're not backing down. And they do it. It's a question. Another wave of gunfights will be cleaned up by the side of SKAERI. 5 points, 4 points. It's well over. Give him the crown. Give him the glory. Tonight, the world is terrified because of SKAERI.
Wow. SKAERI with a massive chain off of that P2, P3 chain. They converted majority of the wins. The early rotation was what paid off for the squad. And their ability to read off the spawn is how transfers into a win. It was all back and forth up until the last 2 hills, where completely the operators were the game changers. Mamra, Chroma, and at the end, that War Machine from SKAERI that prompted this win at this map number 1. A close fight. Nice try for Oblivion. You had a couple of, string up rotation and heroics from Risky and Wadudu, but gladly not enough as you were punished for not being reactive in this transitions. And your life now being put at risk. You lose this game, your chances of making it to Garena Summer Invitational 2026 is pretty much done and dealt with. And you're going to have to wait for Garena Masters 11 to come in, and that would take quite a while for us to be able to play once again. So it's going to be a long break, and hopefully these guys will look to try to find their way back in this game. This one is entirely not yet over. So this map number 2 and 3 will determine whether MG.YGN are going to find themselves with the qualification spot. But we talk about this map number 1. What a scrappy fight here. And as mentioned, there will be 50-point games in this one. And Pickle will have that 55 along with Chroma with 50. So, wow. Definitely something to look out for is that next map. But this one, so many fights across the map. And it was just, SKAERI a little bit more aggressive at the hardpoint, Warden.
Yeah, I mean, it all came down to the spacing that Pickle was able to create inside of the game. I mean, you take a look at that, man. 55 kills in a minute and 23 seconds inside of the hill is a statement here by the side of Pickle. Same goes for the side of Sebio. Chroma with 50 as well. I mean, everyone from the side of MG.YGN was playing it out, but it all really came down to the impactful kills here, man. And you get to see it. It was SKAERI, Pickle, and the rest of the crew of SKAERI pulling away 55, 47, 21 KDA and a 7,576 score line.
Ooh. And Pickle is definitely a guy that has been playing aggressive since last year. Thanatos was the team that he was with along with Jais. And yeah, he's had his name and he's already a familiar in this team. And it's going to continue even further, right? This is not the end here for Pickle. He's going to get more MVPs. He's going to scare a lot more people with that gunfight that he is going to have in this matchup. But all the more reason why we will have to look for the Search and Destroy. because Oblivion may not be a strong hardpoint team as we see their performance. Always, good at that mid game and losing out on that late game. Search and Destroy will be a way for them to slow things down and maybe figure out the puzzle on how to play up against SKAERI, but they gotta be ready. SKAERI will throw everything at them. It's like full force every time that they send it out on a Search and Destroy.
Well, we've seen this game mode here in Search and Destroy. If there's going to be any game mode that you can just turn things around in, I feel like it's going to be this S&D here, bro. So, hey, this is a 50-50 ball game. After all, they know exactly that the stakes are all up high, and it's just all going to come down to getting the better reads, the better trades. This is a really big staple of a game mode to really gauge out if you do have what it takes to be in this competition.
Ooh. And it's S&D wins the championship. Map number 2 is going to be determining whether will we see MG Oblivion actually in GSI or not. Right? It's either this, right? SKAERI being the winner and getting the GSI invitationals, or MG.YGN Oblivion winning the series, going off for a reverse sweep. It's gonna take a lot for them, right? They have to win 2 maps straight just to win it and get the invitation. But for SKAERI, they're so close to getting this one done. A 2-0 might be underway, but we're heading into a Search and Destroy Slums. So these 2 teams have played already, but SKAERI a bit more proactive in terms of the attack side on this map. So MG Oblivion will have to be ready for this map ahead.
Slums, Search and Destroy. Kelly, I feel like this is the most rep map now here on a Search and Destroy, if I'm not mistaken. So, hey, let's see if they got it all locked down. I mean, talk about the elephant in the room in Slums, Search and Destroy. The B bomb side always gets harassed quite a lot. Expect those nades to be flying on by, those concussions and stuff. And yeah, man, I mean, this is a very asymmetric map for a Search and Destroy, terrain. But hey, seems like a lot of these teams love to play it.
They do. It's just mid-map action all the time. TSM was not even having strats at this map. They were just full slamming mid every time that they played this yesterday. But it's a totally different ball game, 2 different teams, and now we get to see it. Oblivion will start on the defense. SKAERI are on the attack, and they're on their way. eFox with the first blood, and there goes the hit. First 20 seconds, already 4 guys down for SKAERI.
Jesus, Chroma all alone. What more can you do? You get 2, but hey, Oblivion is going to be there on the track, and they're going to be able to get this one down here. Pretty nice. 1-0 already. That was a just classic Garena plays here, man.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This region is known to be aggressive. And a lot of fast-paced action that you'll have to play. But SKAERI are going to change things up here. Look at Mamra already routing through the dumpsters. Mids couldn't even had the chance to have his teammates alive. This round ended in 28 seconds. No, never mind, 18 seconds.
Yep. Classic Search and Destroy in Garena, its finest. No waiting. All about pushing, getting the pickoffs early on. Can we see a different pace here this time around? I mean, it doesn't seem to be on the case. It's going to be flying on by here. It's going to be a 2-2-1 split from the players of SKAERI. Finds mids away. Mamra takes away Steve. First 2 kills here from the side of SKAERI. They can find another as well here inside of the side. Wadudu's going to be all alone, but on the feed, off cam. Yeah, we get sticking down. Wadudu stays alive, though. Finds Pickle down and through, but Chroma from the top side of the fountain will be able to get one down, and Risk is going to get harassed by the players of Mamra and Chroma. I mean,
how do you even?
No one is stopping at all here, bro.
How do you even destroy Mamra there? I think even with a switchblade or a chopper, whatever gun I will be able to wield, there's no way for me to destroy Mamra at that close range engagement right there. Zigzag cheese, they call it Marceline. And SKAERI, 2 rounds of day 1. Engagements fast on the early fights. So whoever wins the first blood, whoever gets the flood actually wins it. This time it's equally traded. But Steve, early attack onto Grave. Whatever you do, we can do better. But Kramzu with the 2-piece. An outlier. It's a bit more on the passive side, so he's not gonna go out here and take the challenge head on. So he's gonna try to play for space, work around the map. Kramzu has got so much time to play this game, and he's got the long range assault to actually back it up.
You don't really want to be complacent, especially up against a type, and now he has a switchblade as well. It's going to be holding there towards the top side, but they got the bomb in their custody, so they don't really got to do much. Krabs, who definitely has to put more efforts to working around the bomb, and he's going to go for it. Mids meets him and out eats him to it as well. 2 for 2. There you go. Game's all tied up.
All Out Assault is the name of this game. There's no way there's nothing for me to dissect here. But this next 20 seconds, if you guys are watching right now, you look at the route, there's always a full slam that will be retributed back. If not SKAERI, it's Oblivion doing majority of the dirty work in this time. SKAERI's the one who sent out their player in the middle. How is he still alive? So much noise created. First blood for Risky, but look at Mamra. He's gonna get out quick. No shot, and he's gonna get punished by the defenders. But look at that, Krumzu. Again, so much confidence on mid. What is this? This is not a hardpoint.
Not a TDM. No front lines. They're playing like it is. Crimes is just running around. Obviously, you're going to get punched by a sniper. Now it's going to be a battle of marksmen. Sebio. Risky. All alone for their squads. Bomb is dropped there. They go for the pickup. Shouldn't be a problem at most, but it's going to be, I think, on the outer side of Hop Hop. I'm not too certain if Risky knows that the bomb's going to be right around where it's going to be right around. So he picks it up now. Should be able to get a bomb planted here on his ace side. So it's going to be a prolonged fight here, Cali. 40 seconds. We go.
The bomb has been planted.
I'm on the ace side. Sebio's going to pick up another primary weapon. So this is going to be devastating on this close range. Who's going to win it? Mang Junel tasked to try to clutch this game. And he's going to get the long way out. 5 kills to his name, and he is going to find the timing. Remove Sebio off the map. And Oblivion are going to take the round.
You're just going to mention it, man, in regards to how they play out the pace. And it's more so like they rush in headlessly for the first 20 seconds. And then if ever, they don't get the frags, this time they slow down. So, yeah, a bit of change of paces could be absolutely be beneficial, but we'll see. And we see a different tone here. Not going to be the case. I mean, it's just going to be player 1, Pickle leading the way. Risky finds Mamra down. And it's going to be Pickle good for 2 eliminations. Already, Wadudu in mid is out. The veteran's just gone. The bomb's going to get planted now here on his B side.
Ooh. Spam are going to be done. And retake-wise, this is hard for Oblivion as they don't got the numbers to help them. And a tricky angle there for Chroma, so he's going to take down Steve. Sebio fails to convert that. Wait a minute now, Mr. Risky. He's done a 1v2 and a 1v1, but not a 1v3. We got ourselves a tie game here. We got 2 more rounds before we switch the sides, and we still don't have any idea who's got the clear momentum here at all. It's just back and forth trades on the rounds for these 2 squads.
Close, but with both teams just playing the same way, it's just all going to lie upon and who can just get the better trades here. Walks through by Mamra here, leads the push with an HS, but Steve gets the Punisher. Wadudu triples it down. Pickle finds 1 in the process. No, but now going to be Sebio here. Good toss in a 1v4. Now look at the players of Oblivion just continuously marching, looking, and going for the hunt up against Sebio.
There's no respect. They just want to get this one over with. And Risky has been amazing with this sniper. 9 kills to his name. Never would I see the day that Risky will wield that sniper. And with a talented team like this, you have mids. You also got epochs. Being able to wield that sniper back in the days, but Risky, out of all the guys that have here for Oblivion, they'll have multiple talented. He's a multiple talented player, and very dynamic as a squad in general. Oblivion. Look at his early fights. Oh my god. There's just no regard for human life here, Warden. They're just throwing away their life.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
You wake up and it's a brand new round, baby. No slowing down whatsoever. 5-3. Up by 2 they go. I mean, SKAERI, you're on the verge of winning this one down. You can't afford to drop the ball that easily. Now you switch the sides here. You're finally playing on the defense. Better side here on Slums. I truly believe that this is a pretty defensive side map, but let's see if it's going to matter most. Pushing through, Pickle peeks out, finds 1 there on Cemetery. It's a battle of information for the time being here, Cali.
First blood here for Risky. Mang will never continue to, will never fail to impress everybody. His ability to be adaptable. And the only reason why Oblivion is in this game right now.
Sabio finds Steve away. Yeah, this game is just going pretty slow now. He'll find Wadudu through as well. Big shot for Sabio. MG.YGN's gonna be down. Mid.
Bomb acquired.
Except the PKM. Yeah, we said are gonna be on the other side as well. I mean, it's a battle for trades, a battle for aggression. It gets tagged up, and Mamra is just non-stop, bro. It is able to slip by. Doesn't know Mitch, which is there on the Humvee. The map of Slums. What is happening between these two squads? He gets the spray onto one. Mamra slides in, slides out, and they drop the lead. 5 before they go.
Wow, this is crazy. I cannot understand the level of search and destroy Slums that I am seeing. Usually, you would have some setups. Slums is supposed to be a map that's so slow to play with on the opening as the attacker and defender. But here, the first blood either happens at the first 5 seconds or the 10-second mark upon the round opening. And look at where Mamra is. How is he from the graves? Really interesting pathing that SKAERI is taking here. And yeah, anything you can do, I can do better. Now it's a 2v2. Who's going to win it? Number 3 in yellow and Steve. In Savio is going to go up against Wadudu, who's going to plant that bomb, Warden. Oh my god, head-to-head coalition.
1v1. Sabio.
Grenade!
Wadudu. It's flying through. It's dimmed apart. Wadudu checks out. Sabio goes for a reach out, off with a Tundra. Gonna take a lot of precise shots for this. Now you're gonna move in quick here. Pretty awfully. 20 seconds left. Does he get the read though? Sabio is just gonna rat around the corner. He just slides out. MG.YGN Oblivion shuts it all away once again. Double round lead they go.
Wow. So now they just better take care of that lead. You don't have to do anything aggressive anymore at this point. I think you've completely checked out SKAERI in the way that they're playing this map. You've been so good at converting that first blood into a round win. And all you gotta do is just repeat that same cycle again and not be afraid of taking the challenge head on. Steve is gonna fall. Bit of a trade coming in. Oh my god. This first 20 seconds already done for. SKAERI with the numbers, and look at this chase out here from Mamra. It's the Fast and Furious all over again. It's going for Mids, who's got 10 kills to his name with that marksman, and is running away. Information heard here by Savio. That should be game, said and done in this round.
Yeah, bro. I mean, the way that they play and chase them this one out, it's like it was like Toretto looking for Letty. 65.
Objectives. They have the bomb.
This is the most unpredictable search and destroy here, man. That's what I'm feeling here so far. It's gonna be flying through here, and Mitch get a double nade kill. Finds Roma and Pickle down inside of the side. Doesn't matter. Grab Mizzou. Mamra, get out of here. Sabio all alone. 1v4.
Just like that, the round is over in 20 seconds.
Bomb has been planted.
Come on, Sabio, wrap it up. Let's see the next round already. Wants to make a miracle happen here, so he's signing up for the fight. But so many angles to take care of. And it's already done for. Information compromise. Risky converts it for a 12. And it's going to be a 2-point lead once again, but 2 rounds closer to victory is MG.YGN Oblivion.
Destroy the objective.
Yeah. Pushing through. 7-5. But they got another here. It's a bit of a post up there outside of the beast side. Now they finally go for the peek out, but they're gonna meet the PKM here inside of the side pick hole in the mid map. Once again, able to get the information. No sense of commitment, but Steve just right through. clean, smooth like butter, and he tries to look and gain some more as the concussion connects at the perfect time. Mitch from the back, able to get one shot down. MG.YGN, Oblivion, what are you guys on?
Such a off base, off timing way to play it. Pickle is really confused. Chroma was confused. Somehow, for some odd reason, somebody slid into his crosshair out of nowhere while he was spraying through that garage. 3 rounds away from tying this game is scary. That's a lot. So Oblivion should be able to convert this now, unless situation happens. An event we don't want to have no more. We want a map number 3. We've been lacking that for this past 2 days of group stage action.
8-5. He's just running it down. Finally, Cramsey's gonna be able to have more repercussions on that. And Roma off the heady. Wadudu goes down. Sabio finds mid through as well. SKAERI about to respond back with their own sense of aggression, leaving MG.YGN all alone. In a 1v3, make it a... Oh, in a 1v4, putting it down to a 1v3 as he finds Sebio. 3 players there right around the corner.
Oh, almost a collide!
Oh, barely. Hang on, but he still gets it. Cramzo tails down.
Mr.
Now it's a 1v2
Risky.
situation. So doable for him, baby.
Mr. Risky. Trying to put an end to this game. Oh, convert the 6. I thought Risky is possessed by Whoopi for some time with that round.
Bomb acquired.
Looking over. True now. Well, if there's going to be something that SKAERI has to pick up on, is definitely how to play his offensive slow. That's, for example, what Oblivion's doing here so far. Battle for picks.
Oh my
Get
god.
too excited, Steve. Pickle's going to be right around and gets a double. Element through the wall, gets this way. Risky off the hop up. It's Cramsey down as well. You get the first 2 kills, but Oblivion's quick with it as well for the respondment. Now it's a 3v3.
Well, you're trying to book that map number 3, Oblivion. You win this map, you get another chance to try to book yourself a group stage invitation at GSI 2026. Risky has carried the job for you with 16 kills, with Mids there with 15. And you got your 3 best guys to put a close to this, but Sebio finds the kill onto Mang.YGN. That will leave only 2 guys to try to fight for this round to be 1. Mamra will overpush Chroma in a very tight spot. He backs away for the moment. Tried to save himself here and bait it out. Sebio with the 3 eliminations. SKAERI are not yet down for the count. They want that game to be forced to overtime.
Can you get it?
Objective. We got the bomb.
Dancing in between the raindrops here, Cali, in this map of Slums. Nade flies in once again. They go for an all-out barrage on the B side, and it's a hole that has to happen for the side of SKAERI to force it to overtime. And Risky leads the way. Roma is out, pushing through. They try to get another, but can they do it? Absolute 0 respondment from the side of Oblivion as Cramzu gets another. Nade connects for Sabio. Double for Cramzu. Risky in mids. Now here for Oblivion. The 2v4 is a stalemate once again.
You got... Ooh, the timing. The timing is unreal there for Mang.YGN. You got the 2 best guys to actually clear this round. They have a weapon only suitable for long range. A 3-round lead that you got. 3 tries for you to close this game, and you have failed. And SKAERI are in your throat. Trying to finish this one off to play overtime. 47 seconds remaining. One good pick could totally change things for Oblivion. They need to pick up the bomb. Mamra, an off angle will take down Risky, and look at the move now. SKAERI is scaling up. The flag happens for Pickle.
Lost that round.
in an absolute attempt to make this game back to their hands. Overtime. Here we go.
Defend the objective.
This is scary. Absolutely scary. And now, the overtime ensues. Here we go. MG.YGN Oblivion. Oh, scary. On the defense they go. Mamra finds one. Chroma gets two.
No.
Gets the triple. Mama grabs the Chroma. It's a total collapse for Scary. But Pickle finds Whiskey down. Despite all the plays, it still leads up to a 2v2.
Oh, Pickle. In a massive rotation. Can't afford to make no sound no more. Bomb will have to be picked up, but look at Oblivion. Laying off the back. Sebio will have to go massive here. He needs to get information. He's about to get challenged now. Information there. He's stunned up. Pickle will have to pick up that bomb and go to A. Perhaps it's a blitz. Number 3, Sebio is compromised. How is he still alive? They haven't cleared him off yet. Sebio escapes with a sliver of health. And SKAERI have won the last 3 rounds straight. And Sebio, he's got the crossfire. And he's gonna take down what do. 1v1 on mid. And it's mid balls. Sebio with another win.
Ready up.
And we got game point for SKAERI.
Defend the objectives. The enemy
And we see
has
it.
the bomb.
And we see the closeout for SKAERI. 8 for 9. That might just diminish the odds for Oblivion. They've always been on the trail for the entirety of this game, but now this overtime came through. They're owning the grounds. Oh, SKAERI, Sebio. Risky down. Go find mids all through. The devil is in the details and his name is SKAERI. Mamra finds Steve down. Welcome to the end. Oh, Oblivion. Left in the dust. Yawi and Wadu, the last glimmer of hope. SKAERI might have just sealed the fate. And this could be it. Mamra back through. They know exactly what's up. Wadu's all alone and it's well over. It's said and done. Wadu will get taken down. SKAERI, they win the series 2. And oh.
They are sending Oblivion to the Oblivion, literally. With this winning fight here by SKAERI, that secures them a top 3 placement in this group stage. And that already means they are invited to the next stage of the competition. How could you let that one go, Oblivion? You had 3 attempts to maximize the win to force a map number 3. How could you have taken a chance to play another map and throw it all away? Oblivion absolutely threw it all at that. Not disregarding SKAERI's ability to be resilient there, Warden. Sebio, multiple 1v1 clutch attempts there at the mid game. Late in this game, late in this S&D rounds. Truly step things up. SKAERI cleans it up 2-0, Warden.
I mean, SKAERI, Oblivion tried to pretty much consume this whole Slums, but SKAERI took it all, and to the finals they go. Final rounder to set it all. A lot of blunders. They tried to go for the chase down there up against Sebio, but T were just punished terribly. We get to see SKAERI is the last thing that will be standing in the ashes of this overtime. 8 to 10 they go. Sebio will find the most impact inside of this game with 17 kills to his name.
Wow. I mean, there's so many things I want to say in this game, but there's so many guys that really step things up at the end there for SKAERI, right? I mean, obviously, one have to be cold, and it has to be Pickle. The way he was going through the enemy spawn, attacking that space in angles where he's not to be expected, really threw so many of these angles away from MG.YGN. And obviously, Sebio, massive clutch attempts. That sniper at the end had a 1v3 and a 1v2 to finally ice this game. And those clutches were essential for them to to throw the mental of MG.YGN away from this game. And you saw it, right? 8-5 was the score. They lost the next 5 rounds. And this became a comeback for SKAERI. Sebio will be the MVP again with 17 kills with that sniper. Absolute cinema of a game for SKAERI. Truly a deserved win right here.
Yeah, truly, man. I mean, 17, 11, and 3 is no joke whatsoever there from Sebio. And you love to see it, man. I mean, Sebio was one of those players as well that was just trying to put himself into the grassroots communities tournaments. And guess what? He's here and slaying it out. My days. And that being said, that something's up for our series here between SKAERI and MG.YGN Oblivion. Will, the stakes was all up high and it was given pretty well for the side of SKAERI here. They win this one 2-0 dominantly. With that being said as well, Callie, you know, it was a really interesting one. And a huge shout out as well to Dark Vengeance community. Much love to you guys. You guys are having a watch party there in your side of the world. Much love to you guys.
Much love to everybody that's watching, right? We have your group, you have the Filipinos, Malaysian, the Singaporeans, all over the globe. People are watching Garena, MSP, and obviously because of, you know, the talent that we got here and the multiple times that we're able to claim a grand finals appearance in the World Championship. And the viewership always goes to the ones that will have the most heat. And the most heat is Garena Call of Duty Mobile right now. And well, that's going to be our first game and our second game done. Unfortunately, we do not see a third map, but we got one more game up ahead, and that's Elevate going up against ELUNARI Esports. We will be right back after this break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final game of day 3 of the group stage here at Garena Masters 10, Weaving the Legacy. My name is Caleb, down here with Warden. We're bringing you guys Elevate up against ELUNARI. So this game definitely going to be a big, massive David and Goliath story, with Elevate being that Goliath. ELUNARI, however, they have a couple of guys that are a diamond in the rough that will look to try to prove themselves in this matchup ahead. So I'm looking forward to that, Warden.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I saw from the side of Illinary when they went against Elite Ascend. So, yeah, we definitely have to see soon enough what more they can offer into this competition. And it's a pretty nice engagement that they're gonna go against a team like Elevate, Cali. So I've been dying to see this one play out.
Snow is that main player that, you know, have struck me in terms of the performance individually up against SBT Calix yesterday. Yes, I know it was a total run over. It's a run over, but Snow was able to provide such, you know, impressive stats over the course of that match, scoring 48 kills in that first map, then 20 kills with the search and destroy firing range. Sniper, I mean, you don't get to see that much as often, right? We were looking for a rookie that could be the next star of Call of Duty Mobile, and I think he might be the next best thing in Garena SMP. But it will have to be determined with the way that he will perform in this coming game that he'll have against Elevate.
Yeah, actually, thanks for correcting me on that one as well. Yeah, so in regards to our schedule here, this will be the last and final one between Elite Ascend and no, first side of I'm completely mixing it up. Illinary, ESPORTS, and Elevate. And then for tomorrow, we're gonna have a continuation with Elevate here up against the Van Calix, and then Elite Ascend and Illinary ESPORTS basically fighting for the #1 spot. If ever. I mean, the #2 spot, if ever. My days, Cal, I don't know what's happening with me. Maybe that search and destroy slums really fighting my brains out.
I tell you what, bro. 5 rounds in that search and destroy slums, I was already complaining. I mean, I might get fired because of the way I played it, but it's crazy how that map went and how MG Oblivion stunned us with a massive bottled up game. But we have Elevate as well as ELUNARI here. It's ELV versus ELN. And we have ELT as well as an abbreviation for some of these teams that we have here for Garena. So it's gonna get thrown. Oh my god, my brain's completely fried. Somebody help us! It's a Saturday. Why are we dead? But anyways, Martin, this is our condition, all right? We have to make this next 2 games the best guys we'll ever have. I'm gonna make this bet. We gotta be snappy.
Dude, we gotta be snappy. You do not do that, bro. You don't do that.
We gotta be snappy, bro. This is it. Our job is on the line here. Hardpoint takeoff is gonna be the map that we'll have here, Warden. Elevate, they love to play this map back when it was a playable map in the competitive scene, and for their kind of play style, it totally suits them. They don't care about the spawn, and they'll make you work for your gunfights in the pit, inside the hill.
All right, we'll see if that's going to be the sense of application for this very game itself. I mean, hey, you know, Elevate, astronomic team they are. There's just no loopholes. There's no paradox you can enter into. You could probably find a means to take down Elevate. You just got to play this game well, fundamentally well, and at the same time, win your gunfights, which is obviously easier said than done. You're talking about the 4-peat Garena Masters champions. You're talking about the 2024 Call of Duty Mobile World Champions. You're talking about the Regional 2025 Garena champions and some other championships as well. And with Illinary here, I mean, they're trying to put themselves up in the pedestal. So, hey, you know, I'm open for changes. I'm open for that, you know, David and Goliath story. The dark horses could absolutely come through, but it all leads up to this takeoff hardpoint.
This takeoff hardpoint is going to be quite a rough one for ELUNARI. You got to be prepared for the zombie horde playstyle Elevate will try to throw in here. I'm not sure how much repetitions are they going to play up against each other during their scrim times. I don't think ELUNARI even screams Elevate, or even Elevate being interested in screaming ELUNARI back in the back end of these things. But we're going to take a taste of how this one will go between these 2 squads as our final game of the day. ELUNARI ESPORTS will be tested by Elevate in this map #1. Let's see how are they going to hold up.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's get it tested. ELUNARI ESPORTS so far, I mean, that's the first identical metric for their names, but you take a look at this. Once you do hurdle on, you are going to be able to see and find the means of the players of Elevate just, you know, stacking up the hill over here. But, you know, initially on paper, it's a back and forth here. In this run, 10 points now. They're on the lead. We go for the set of Elevate.
Oh god, it's the early onslaught, the pressure, and the momentum that will get extremely affected there. But ELUNARI, nice break there. Snow finding a couple of kills here along with Sanji. He's got the marksman in his hands. 6 goes to his name. Has the highest kill so far in his P1. That is going to be interesting how this one will go because they're going back and forth on that mid round. It's supposed to be an Elevate onslaught on this P1 by now. But ELUNARI will be able to reproduce a lot of contests in this P1. So this is a great sign that they're able to hold it down for the time being.
Yeah, and it's all going to come down to the foot race now here on his P number 2. Take off at its finest, baby. Double man push here from the ticket side. They know that their team is going to be spawning out here back blue, Denny's. So they should be able to get this one here locked down. I mean, the gunfight's not too shabby for the side of Illinary. In fact, they send the players of Elevate down Narnia.
Yeah, they win the first 5 gunfights, so Elevate are going to be taking a while before they take another break at this. Operators are still popping here. Kenny brings out the Roar Machine right in time, and look at that pressure on the hill. ELUNARI are hesitant at trying to attack this through the front, so they send out guys from the back, and they are gonna lose it all out. Hades somehow, some reason, actually able to pull it off. So Elevate, they will actually throw away tons of life counts here, and ELUNARI might just be able to take the lead.
It could be, but Elevate, they are going to be playing this one scrap here from the front. Snow here looks to conceal it now with a War Machine on his hands. As he finds one for himself, the rest of the crew able to get the gunfights down. And once more, Elevate gets sent back officially. You don't really get to see this quite a lot. Elevate going to be on the trail here for this game.
Yes, Snow with 11 kills, Sanji with 9, Hades with 11. Those are the 3 guys that will make it difficult for Elevate to try to win this game. And if they start to heat up and continue the damage that they have already done in these first 2 hills, Elevate are going to get a run for their money. Now that we are on P3, operators are going to get blown over. Kalo's going to have that equalizer. He's going to see a couple of guys there to clear it all up. A Hardpoint, still a 50-50. Kalo, high value operator. Holy, somebody get this guy out of this map already. That's going to give them a little bit more of an advantage inside of the point now, Warden. Kenny finds the triple. Elevate will be able to regather.
Okay, great leverage here from the side of Elevate. I mean, they double it down now here with Claw, with the equalizer. And now it's going to be TJ as well with the Claw itself. Kenny's going to be out as well with a War Machine, and they're going to be able to scrape down pretty much every single bit of second in this P number 3. Elevate with just one single hill. They're going to be able to double down the lead to just 40.
40 points. Great shots for ELUNARI on the first 2 hills, but we got the Mount Hill. That's all that we care for. And another one bound to happen here as P4 opens up. Susano and Kendi, again, looking like the guys that are the ones building this team to victory. After all, this is kind of a mid-range gunfight control type of map in this P3 and P4, so you just kind of want them to shine a little bit. But here comes the wave of the SMGs, the onslaught. You gotta prepare for it. Sanji gets the 4th and his 5th elimination straight. He's gonna try to look for one more. Actually goes down and puts his life at risk. So Elevate are now back in the game. Oh man, they just gave ELUNARI a taste of that lead and have never looked back since.
Yeah, I mean, hey, sustainability is just something that the Elevate is just so well darn good at. I mean, yes, you're able to get the break, but can you hit the remaining 20 here to maybe to just lower down the overall lead here up against Elevate? Exactly too certain about it, but they're doing their job here respectively well, but Elevate is just too good at it, man. I mean, 5 seconds remaining, the scrap time goes to their way. We hit the reset back towards P1, and it's going to be right around a 60-point lead.
Okay, but you look at the damages, the kill gun fights here between these 2 squads, right? ELUNARI has actually a couple of players that are able to hang in there in the elevates the spacing. Snow, Sanji, and Hades. So really impressive stuff for them. Obviously, you want to have Swag and Zyro pick it up here in this coming heal ahead, but you just kind of expect yourself to just throw your body inside of that point. That's where you just kind of have to stop Elevate. They're gonna swarm at all costs. And that's what they do in the first 20 seconds.
133 to 67. War Machine is going to be brought out here for the side of Snow. I mean, subsiding. Probably the players of Elevate if ever he does get the connection here, but Kale's going to be whipping out the equalizer, but only going to be good for 1. Zyro there, able to get the cut off. Inside of the hill, in the ladder they go. And the sub 25 here might just be the most important time of their lives, but all of a sudden you get to see the paint of yellow comes through on the feed. 137, 138. They're just building it up once again here, Cali.
Yeah, 74, 139. P1, P2 is where ELUNARI actually shined the most on this map. So kind of expect them to try to go in and take that P2 spawn and get that early rotation. They are gifted with it. Swag is going to be early off the left side of the minimap, right through the double Ds. So it's going to be essential for them to get this if they want to make this game manageable. But Kill is going to be on point. They're early on rotation. But spawn are still in favor for ELUNARI. And with the operators coming up, you need to expect that to go off value. But it's the other way around. It's Susano who finds a 4-piece. And ELUNARI are the ones spawning on Narnia now.
Yeah, I mean, Illinary, they tried to get the flip of the spawns to try to get the definition that they need for the speed number 2 in hopes to subside the momentum and just the prowls of the players of Elevate, but it's just too much. They can't contain it. The beast is wild and it's angry. 173 to 81. Illinary Esports barely scratching to the hardpoint mark.
Yeah, it's a struggle. And this P3, this P2 chain, it's gonna be the ones that ELUNARI would have to try to recover back from. This last 10 seconds is chalked. Gonna have to go to new. Force your way in there. Oh my god, every piece that Yopi's on is a kill spree. 5 in a row for him, just 2 kills away from that EMP system. But again, Elevate, it's not the usual suspects that's taking home the MVP here, so you gotta have to give it up to Kendi and Susano. Your AR duos are working, getting these kills for you in this close to medium range combat, making sure that the anchor spawn is gonna be favoring Elevate's way. Kayla's not gonna get anything out of that equalizer, so wait, there's a hill available for Sanji to actually push through and score some points. And they're gonna try to score 100 points, Warden. There's no 100-point club here. Gotta be.
That's just too bad for the set of Illinary Esports. Elevate, there's not going to be enough time for them to end up this game, but they are just making sure that they close out the distance that they need to absolutely do so here, man. No operators whatsoever is needed for each end. No, nothing at all to be grabbed at all, but it's just the raw mechanical gunfights that's overwhelming the players of Illinary.
It is going to be such a tough fight here on the game, right? Elevate definitely really struggling in terms of trying to give ELUNARI some points. They just want everything. They're that greedy. Next hill coming up next. That's gonna be P4. ELUNARI, your chance to score 5 points to get the 100 points. It's on. Here we go. Elevate, Kalo. They're gonna try to make the play right through the spawn. It's gonna be a massive push attempt here that will be written off. So ELUNARI claims a 100-point mark. We don't even have to cast this no more. It's over. Go to the next map. I'm kidding. Never mind. We go through. ELUNARI are still in the game, Warden. They're doing so well in this P4 hold.
Yeah, Illinary is scrambling. They're trying to look for the shade that they need. They're looking for the rhythm that they were able to put up a few hard points ago. But once again, Elevate, they get the break inside of the hill. Elevate is on the ascent. The momentum is a monster as PJ hops in inside of the hill. They're scattering the players of Illinary. Last 15 here, and a contention needs to be made for the side of Illinary if they want to prolong this game to another hardpoint reset. 10 more points, 9 more points. Caleb extends as he goes for a punch out, as you would say, like Emma Pacquiao. It's a total knockout. DJ's well played. Elevate, they send Illinary to the next map.
Ding, ding, ding. That's the bell ringing. Elevate knocking out Illinary on that map, put them to sleep. Oh boy, you're going to the next game. I love that it's not Manny Pacquiao no more. It's the son, an illegitimate son of Manny Pacquiao.
You had to say it in one of our broadcasts and they just had to pick it up, man.
Yeah. Manny Pacquiao and Jillian Ward, that's the next Manny Pacquiao and Jinky. For those who don't know, you gotta have to have elite Filipino ball knowledge just to get what I mean. And Jinky is now the new... No, it's not Jinky. Jinky is... No. What do you mean map?
No.
I was saying Jinky is the new Mom Janisha, but I forgot Aling Janisha is the real son... What? It's the real...
Okay, Callie.
Okay.
Let's go back to the game. Well, Ali.
It's the real mother of Manny Pacquiao. That's what I meant to say. Eman Pacquiao's mom is not Jinky.
Yes. We get it,
It's someone else. So who's the real Aling Janisha?
Janisha.
S&D. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the map that we kind of want to see, right? We had Kalo going in for an Eman Pacquiao fist fight in the game to end it all off. Yeah. Now we move on to Search and Destroy. Tunisia. Eman Pacquiao's grandmother.
You still hung up over Pacquiao's family root, man. What is this?
If you don't know Warden, I am a big fan of Manny Pacquiao. I used to skip school just to watch this man play.
With that being said, hey, you want to commentate over Pacquiao Mayweather a few months from now?
That's quite hard. I don't think I have the skill set to actually cast that sport. But Snow actually did put up such a great performance here, Warden. 40 kills to his name. And would you take a look at that, man? There's a difference between you dropping 48 kills against SVT Calyx and also dropping 40 kills up against Elevate. That means your gunfight is equivalent to that of Elevate spacing. So that's a big plus. It's a big game for him.
Yeah, you take a look at Kalo, Mr. Super Soaker out of the game. 2 minutes and 21 seconds inside of the hill time, and with 35 kills. That's gonna be granting him the most impact rating here. Gotta say, handfully, should be the MVP of this game.
No doubt. Kendi, we were asking him if he's gonna be the one that will, he's gonna be the one that will be tasked to play and step up in the response department. And when his name is called on, he never shies away to get it. And that's a 1.6 KD for him with a minute 19 seconds on the clock. So Kendi, the doubters are there, but he shots them all off. Kalo will still be the MVP of the game due to how much time he was able to soak inside of the point.
Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it a lot. And we like to take it. Kalo showing us good old methodical, fundamental hardpoint runs. Get the hill time, get the kills, get it done.
Elevate are now 1-0 in this overall series. Now I'm interested what this Search and Destroy will be for Elevate, right? I mean, we don't really have a grasp of what they want to play outside of that Slums. Now, I'm pretty sure ELUNARI would want to play a map that is not Slums, so you have to guess that it's going to be banned out. I'm expecting a different map to be played here. I don't want to see Slums no more. You got to take that one away because the times that Elevate has played it, they were able to win.
Yeah. I don't exactly know, man.
Tunisia.
Tunisia definitely could be one thing. I feel like firing range could be a staple as well, but you really need to bring out those maps, which we all know they are pretty prominent at against a team like Illinary. Well, I'm not too certain, but hey, take a look at this. Illinary Esports Elevate. I mean, we got to see the series played out there on takeoff. I mean, the first 2 hardpoints and so well for the side of Illinary Esports, but Elevate, they just took it up the notch for the next few 5, 6 hardpoints. But now we take a look at the map, Kelly. It is going to be a firing range.
Yeah, Illinary, Tunisia, Search and Destroy, and Slums is going to get banned out. So that's the 2 best maps of Elevate. So they're not going to get the maps that they have a lot of practice on and a lot of success on. And instead, we're going to be hopping into a Search and Destroy. I believe this is going to be the first time we'll see Elevate play in this map this season. Last time they played it was the World Championship. So there's a bit of history in here. Kendi played that game with only 1 kill at the grand finals of all things. And let's see how this one's going to pan out for him.
You just got to keep in mind, though, yeah, underperformance was there, but this is a map that Elevate tends to bring out in the grand finals for the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship. So it's going to be a pretty intimidating statement. I mean, you get to see the staple player from the set of Elevate. As Kalo's going to be lurking around there on the B side, get a pick here and there, and the rest of the crew is going to try to go for a push out there on the A side, which Mori has to watch out for. But the frag will be connected as well there. Snow finds Susano out, so nice connection there. But a double push will be granted on the trailer side and on the bounce as well. Yopi, DJ, Ham and Ham getting it done. And Kalo's going to go for the iconic, fundamental lurk around. Yep, this round is pretty much chalk.
That's the play style that Kalo was doing to win CDSI firing range up against Q9. And that's what he gets built to do, lurk and win rounds for your squad. And there you go. Round win. Said and done there for Elevate. Quick and easy on the A side.
Love to see it. Constant challenges for yourself. Illinary, they go. Now it's going to be Looking to be nades playing on by here on this mid map. Go for damage as well. That Elevate doesn't really like to go for push here on mid. But a lot. It's always going to be the default play. And once ever they regather their thoughts, they're going to push out all together. Iconically, that 1-4 split on the ace side has been pretty promising for them. Kayla's going to try to go for the exact same play, but the counter for the set of Illinary will be spot on.
Ooh, Sanji, we've been asking him to go up and activate himself. Still not getting any kill, but Snow's got 1 kill already. Still trying to search for something here. Illinary has 1 guy holding down that trailer. That's going to be tough. He's the only 1 guy there and he's about to be isolated. Candy missing shots. Numbers-wise, Illinary are on. They can play it. But PJ is going to refuse to give the life advantage. They're going to fight for it. And instead, they're going to push through the trailer and they're going to take down Nori. Oh.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet. Ready up.
0-2. Elevate, I mean, they're kind of scraping off these rounds, but you know, you gotta admit, Illinary, they're shooting back in some way.
Smoke out.
1 for 1 from each end. No one really spreeing out. Now it's going to be a bit of a switch of pace here from the set of Elevate. They're going to be throwing some nades now here on his B-bomb side. Hades and Swag scrambling across the side. They fall back, expecting that initial push through. Snow finds Kendi, Swag finds 1 as well. Halo beams 1 down, make it a double as Sanji and Mori walks into him, and Hades will be waiting on the corner, get cornered up.
Wow.
Good for 2 eliminations. Now going to be Snow, best player from the side of Illinary in this situation. And he pulled through though up against PJ and Kalo.
Oh, it's going to be a big challenge for him to try to impress. I mean, many teams are looking for a staple sniper. Last guy that was playing a hell of a snipe was Chai, and he got picked up by ALULA. So God knows what happens here for Snow. It's going to get tested. Nade, information connected here for KLO. It's a perfectly cooked up nade to get information. It's going to play with pace. Try to move it up. PJ's just going to spot him though. And not shying away is PJ. They're going to get the 3rd round in here.
Oof. 0 for 3. Someone has to step up here from the set of Illinary. You can't afford to let the first blood go to the way of Elevate, because once they do, once they know there's going to be a hole that they can just abuse on a side, they're just going to go for the push out. And that's what exactly mean. Kendi, Susano, the marksman connects. Elevate. Susano! Another beautiful shot on the trailer side. Swag pushes off. It doesn't matter for Susano. Now Hades is confused, aloof. Where's my teammates? You get the trade-off Susano, but you get to deal with the rest of the layers of Elevate. He wraps around towards the tunnel side. You can meet Kendi there on Americans. He walks by and he hears him. He's gonna hop up and get the kill. Elevate 4 rounds in a row.
It's not over yet. Ready up.
Wow, I mean, I'm lost for words with how fast this pace are. And whenever they decide to actually, move around the map and attack aggressively, there was no way for Illinary to respond back. And the double trouble that they're providing here is definitely working. Now, this is going to be a push coming to a shove. Elevate are going to attack that A side. Illinary are going to play for a retake. A 5v5 at that.
Little push. Even the world grand finalists barely break through this type of setup from the set of Elevate. Now, Susano's lurking quite well, but Kendi reacts so quickly to take down Sanji. PJ gets taken down by Swag, though. If you're Illinary Esports, you gotta make a move quickly. Smokes get dropped here that will be concealing the visuals there on the trailer side. Kalo is forced to push up to cut off the players of Illinary as he finds 1 in the double. Mori and Snow is out. 1 last player here instead of the side, and Halo is going to be more than enough to shut it all down. 5 rounds back to back for the side of Elevate.
Wow. What a show of force. And this is going to be a statement, right? I mean, ALULA's going to be watching this game, and they're going to be reviewing what the hell is happening on this firing range map. And if this is a map that Elevate will look to try to pick, I think it better be off band. That could be a different thought for each coaches. They could actually utilize this to find something to study on and to try to counter. Find some adjustment here though is Illinary. Snow with that mid lurk pick. That's gonna get the first kill. Wow. Illinary are playing this one nicely. It started out with Snow attacking, and now all down to this double MM duo. Candy's not gonna get anything. Susano's back against the wall. Oh, 3 guys pushing through. ELUNARI will finally secure a round win.
Nice work.
I don't like the first could be this, the start. After all, there's some, lessons in life where the first steps are usually the hardest. But once you get that rolling, maybe till then you can get something out of it.
Defend the objective.
Well, maybe not in this game, but yeah, we'll see about it. ELUNARI. Well, I guess it's one through now. Bit of a split up push here from the set of Elevate. They do smoke off the mid map, and they're just gonna go for it here on his A side. It's bound to be another retake situation.
Sanji with the first blood. That's Candy with only 5 kills here in the 6 rounds. Sanji and the crew are definitely sparking another retake attempt. But they got utilities to help them. They need smokes to push this. And nobody really in a good spot to try to attack unless we see this smoke actually do come into play. Mori will find one and they clear it off. What? The smoke play successfully able to help them retake this A side.
Get ready for the next round.
I mean, the life lessons continues here, Callie. You got through the first step, now you got the second as well, and you did it. Consistency is something that you just got to do now here.
Defend the objective.
And they get it done. Let's see what's going to be the improvisation here and the adaptation for the players of Elevate. Looking like it's going to be the same approach. Smoke off the mid-map for 3 players just making the cross. In the process, finds no way. This time around, Illinary Esports going to be posted up much more closer inside of the side. So once they clear the queues, they might just go for the commitment. Sanji finds Candy down as well. Swag takes down Halo. And for Trace, Yopi picked the scope though. Finds Hades down. DJ's waiting. Sense some sense of aggression here from set of Illinary while they're going to be leaving Susano here to wrap around. It's definitely going to be a battle of timing.
Battle of timing it is. Retake has been looking good for them. And now they just got the numbers here actually dwindled down. So it's all about the star players now. And Susano gets it done.
Ay, ay, ay. 2 to 6.
Defend the objective.
3 more rounds here for Elevate, and it's going to be a quick one for today. You see it switch of sides now. Elevate's going to be playing on the defense. For the side of Illinary. Going to try to go for the push here on the B side. Has to meet Kalo there on the other side. Same goes for Susano here on his mid-map. Gets the first shot to connect there up against Swag. Forces them to pull back. No, finds Yopi down though. That's going to be a crucial frag.
Frag out.
Another one bites the dust. Bomb plant in on the B side. You got Snow playing off lane. And yeah, they're trying to clear off the trailer. And one is going to get picked off there by Snow. He's got 7 kills in this round. And Elevate are going to be tasked to play a retake onto a 2v4 situation with 28 seconds remaining. There's a ton of ways for you to do this. And it starts with a stun. No information there, but they're going to blindly swing it. Swag is going to fall. His teammates falling down. It's all down to Kalo to clutch it. Only finding 2. And Illinary will win the round.
Hey man, I mean, they're getting some reps done here. That's something kind of like to see from any squad to go against Elevate.
The objectives.
I mean, with the caliber and experience that Illinary Esports has, you don't really expect a lot, but
Yeah.
they're definitely putting up a fight. But Susano finds K-Swag. Swag finds himself going down. No, Yopi finds himself going down up against... No, Mori finds himself out against Yopi. Excuse me. Hello. Susano now here pushing through as well on the mid-map. Who's playing offense here? Yep, it's your boys from Elevate. Snow. And it's just Yopi down through as well. And he's going to be all alone here in the 1v4. They're just trailing him down. The shots doesn't connect for Kendi, but Susano from the bottom side able to get the interception. One more round, and that's going to be match point.
Ooh. Again, the pressure when I don't think Elevate has got the strats to show when it comes to playing slow. They're just kind of running down over Illinary Esports at most. And if they don't try to win it, it's okay. They still got a lot of tries. They can make up for the star power. And that star power, firepower, allowed them to get another sniper opening pick here. Snow is going to go out. Your best player is eliminated, Illinary, and you're at risk at giving Elevate game point and match point in general in the overall series. It's looking grim. The end of day, Illinary again struggling to get anything done. in this round.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet.
Yep. The sky has no ceiling and Elevate is just untouchable, man. I mean, this series here is just smoldering into ruins. And, well, it all lies onto the same old narrative that we're so used to seeing. Elevate, just dominance all across the board.
Yeah, 3-8 on the scoreline here. One more round and it's over. Elevate gonna try to run them over once again. Look at PJ, he's gonna run around the back. And he's got the shotgun. Oh, it's gonna look mean. Waiting for the perfect moment to strike. That's one done. One more to go. That's no. Surrounded. Spots Candy. Only good for 2, but Elevate will continue to win it up. That's game said and done. Elevate will win the series 2-0, Warden.
It's clear out there. Said and done. G to the G's, well played. I mean, there's just nothing much to say. It was Elevate's masterclass performance, especially in this map of Fire Range, man. I mean, it's a big statement for them to whip out a map that they just play back-to-back on the Grand Finals for the World Championship.
Yes, they do. And it's a high-pressure game for them, obviously. It's not going to be... it's not going to be different. It's not going to be the same quality of team like Q9, but, you know, there are some times where you remember the memories of the past map that really hurted your odds of winning, right? The biggest what-ifs, that's what I'm talking about. Those biggest what-ifs are kind of the biggest problems for your squad to overcome. And Elevate seems like they're not afraid to pick this map, going up with a dominant win.
Yeah, I mean, you just take a look at the way the Elevate plays off utilities, gunfights, and trades. And they've been doing this for not just this year, last year. They've been doing it for the last, like, 2 years or so already. So, you know, and it's kind of hard, you know. You kind of get to say that, oh, since they've been doing the same thing pretty much over and over again, you bought it out? Not exactly. They just have so much situations locked down.
They do. And that's going to cover it all up. Susano, 14 kills to his name. A 2.0 KD plus higher KD ratio for Susano. And that's all she wrote here for Elevate. 9-3 scoreline. Everybody was able to frag out. PJ definitely, I think, is the biggest factor here. He has not scored a game that's single digit. 10 plus kills every time. Well, you could say that there is more rounds that's going to be played in action here, but his KD is always higher than what it was before. And there's higher usage rate for him too. So that's going to be a big change for them this year. Elevate definitely needs to survive and win their Search and Destroy should they want to become a world champion once again. That was the only thing that lagged behind last year. And not having the reps in Call of Duty Major Season 9 and Season 10 definitely hurt their odds a lot. But yeah, they were just one S&D away from actually becoming champions, Warden. It was a nice try.
It could have been back-to-back there, first ever back-to-back, but hey, you know, we do love the narrative of probably coming back from a loss and then just taking this one there on next year. I mean, this year. I mean, I have an absolute bash for Elevate. You know that, Callie. But for the time being, though, the spotlight diverts towards Mr. Susano himself. 14-6-0 to his name.
Wow. And it's the marksman, the Type 63 meta that he's got. He's been wielding it for so many times now, and will continue to likely bring it up. It's a pretty good game for him, honestly. You're gonna expect him to include more diversity in his play when it comes to different maps. But here, this time around, Warden, you know, he'll gladly take the MVP.
Oh, for sure. Glad to do so. And that being said, it sums things up for every series that we've had here for today. And we take a look at the groupings here. ALULA Club and TSM basically will solidify themselves as the number 2 spot here that will be making it to the playoffs. SKAERI and Oblivion, I mean, SKAERI, I think pretty much as well. They have been able to conceal themselves for this qualification from GSI. We didn't really see any shifts here too much, aside from Elevate taking away Illinary, Elite Ascent, and SBT Calyx. That's definitely... Actually, you know what? On paper, I feel like Elite Ascent already solidifies himself as well for the GSI qualification. I think Savannah Calyx, I mean, they got to go against Elevate for tomorrow's run, so it's not really looking great.
It's not really looking great at all. But one thing confirms, Warden, right? SKAERI, top 3, they're going to go to qualify to GSI. For Oblivion, it's the end of their run here for this group stage. They've already played majority of their match, and they just couldn't take a map away from anyone pretty close games that they had, but not enough to force the win. Now, for Group B, it's a challenge for who takes the top 2 spot. ELUNARI, Elite Ascend, definitely gonna be fighting each other for that one. SVT Calix, they lose one more time. I believe they are out as well, same as Oblivion. So yeah, this one is starting to take shape. We got one more day of group stage, and next week it's already playoffs.
Yep. So yeah, this is going to be I think this is the most monumental day here for this group stage here. Tomorrow there's going to be a lot of consolation games that we can definitely see. I mean, for tomorrow's run, we're going to be able to see Elevate versus Fan Calix, Elite Ascend and Illinary Esports, and ALULA Club versus SKAERI. Actually, tomorrow's run will defy whether can Elite Ascend or Illinary Esports qualify for that playoff. So that's going to be the most important one there for tomorrow's run, Callie.
Yes, it is. And here we are, man. I'm looking at my screen here, and the Garena COD Taiwan is actually having their finals this time. And we have Garena Indonesia actually having 3 qualifier spots. So there's 3 teams that will be joining us in GSI. That's Rejects as well as Visual Esports, the Mystics team, former ABC Esports squad. So tune in more for the way that this game will be able to develop. We got a lot of games ahead. So you guys make sure that you stay tuned tomorrow's match. So we will be having this game end and all of our series finish. But tomorrow we'll have one more group stage. Once again, Gordon, before we end it, you have anything to say?
I mean, it's the Sunday showdown for tomorrow's run, and I'm pretty excited to see this one play out. And for the rest of the viewers, well, job's not done, not just yet. After tomorrow's run for the group stage, we're going to have the playoffs, where we're going to have a 5 days worth of a break. We go back to the next week's run for Saturday and Sunday for the playoffs to conceal the fate and who's going to be the champions of Green Master Stand, weaving the legacy. But for the time being, no, we're going to close it out for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great one. Goodbye. See you guys tomorrow.